And welcome to another exciting installment of the Terrorisk podcast. We're chilling, we're hanging, we're having a good time. We're talking about some shit. Where's my phone? Can you set the clock for 30 minutes, please?
Sure.
So this is how we structure our episodes. We got a guest who's like kind of off screen right now, but I'm just explaining how our episodes are usually formatted. So what we do is we record in 30-minute blocks, and we do 4 blocks. So Chris has the clock set to 30 minutes. And then we bullshit. We talk about a topic for 30 minutes. And then once the alarm goes on, then we take a break, and then we do the next block for 30 minutes. So usually in the first block, right, we talk about current events. We talk about what's new in the media, what's new in news, like what's new.
But if something goes over, you want to talk about something else. Don't feel.
Yeah,
don't feel like you can't because
like if it goes off in a tangent, it's fine. We fucking do that shit all the time. It's like expected.
Yeah.
But wait. I mean, I did see a certain bit of news that actually surprised me, right? So I was at work just driving my boss back to his fucking mansion from his halfway house, which is a really funny situation.
only in America.
So anyway, he's talking to me and he's like, "Yo, Chris, did you know that in Utah they legalized abortion like up to birth?" And I'm
Utah?
like, yeah.
It's like, but that's mostly run by Mormons.
Yeah, it was Utah.
But it's mostly run by Mormons, really?
That's what I said. But anyway, So I was just driving and it just went over my head. I was like, yeah, okay. No. He was like, seriously, like you could be like 11 months pregnant. If the baby's not born, you're legally allowed to get an abortion. And then it clicked and I was like, wait, what? And he confirmed it. So I looked it up and it was true. Like apparently they legalized abortions up to birth in Utah. And then my immediate question is, that's interesting because there's so many Mormons
there. Yeah, they kind of really like run that state government.
So how do you feel about such a prospect, Chris? Like,
it's a lot.
It is a lot.
Yeah. Why I don't see the purpose of waiting that long.
What do you mean?
Well, unless like is it for the
There's
purpose?
a lot of pragmatic use on specific.
Well, if it seems like the birth is going to a place where it could damage the mother, it's like it could
Or what if you just change your mind? Like, I don't want to be a parent. Like, it's like I don't want to do this. Like, you could be like 11 months in and decide I don't want to have.
Well, 11 months is, usually babies are born about 9 to 10 months.
Oh, sorry. Oh, fucking. I'm thinking 12 months. All right. So what if you're like 7 months in and you're like, yo, I don't want to do this.
I'm okay with terminating pregnancies for the purpose of like if it like threatens the mother's
but what about
like health
what
or if it's like the baby showing signs of
But what if they just decide like this is just not what I want?
You know what I mean? Like ultimately it should be like someone's decision, like a couple's decision, not like everyone's decision. So whatever. I don't know. I really think it's a good idea.
Look, but the funniest argument I've ever heard was they were arguing against conservatives because conservatives were like, oh, abortions, like we got to ban them, whatever.
Yeah.
So this liberal's argument was like, yo, you believe in like guns, right? And the conservatives were like, hell yeah. It's like you believe like, having guns, if some random stranger comes into your domain and starts like fucking with your shit and starts taking shit from you without your permission or your say, and like you don't consent to it, like you would shoot them, right? They were like, yeah. So it's like, well, why would a fetus be any different? Like, you don't know this stranger's story. Like,
well, is the fetus coming right for you?
What?
Is the fetus coming right for you?
Well, they're already inside you. It's more intimate.
No, but I think it's better that like the person who's experiencing it should have the decision. Honestly, rather than people who aren't going through it.
That to me is like the only good argument for abortion that I've ever heard. That was like the best one. Like where it's like, you believe in guns, right? I'm like, hell yeah. It's like, so you believe in like shooting a stranger who breaks into your shit and starts taking your stuff, right? And I'm like, hell yeah. And they're like, well, what's the difference?
If they take half of what you eat.
Yeah. And I'm like, damn.
You're dedicating all your time to it.
That's a good point. Yeah. And that's like the only good argument I've ever heard. Like the other ones, like I don't think there is really a good argument for pro-abortion,
Although it was your decision.
Except pro-choice.
You gotta come a little closer.
Choice.
It was your decision to keep it though for such a long time because like 4 or 5 months.
I think like waiting that long is a little too long. It's a little too much.
So originally in America, like the original law was like 3 months. You can't like after 3 months you're not supposed to get an abortion. But
too many things start to form and then it's
it becomes
dangerous.
It's also dangerous too to terminate a pregnancy that late. Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
But it also like there's something to be said that it just becomes too human-like, after 3 months. Like,
sure, yeah.
But now in like that one state, they say, hey, you know what? Like, what's the arbitrary difference anyway, whether they're born or not? I mean, like whether you're 7 months in or 3 months in. Like,
I think there's a difference, but no, but it's not up to me. It's up to the people of Utah, I guess.
The good state of Utah.
I didn't say the
What
good
do you
state.
think is the difference?
Well, like I said, like at that point, like that, if when it comes like that late, like it's the baby's more formed and it's more dangerous to terminate the pregnancy, and it's just, I just feel like women don't change their minds that late in the game, because like having an abortion isn't like a decision women make like just off the cuff, like yeah, I'll just do it because it's a real intense thing for like women to happen. Like any woman I've spoken to that's had divorces, like abortions. Like it fucks them up. Yeah, like it's a part of you being ripped out, and it bothers them. It's not an easy thing that's just decided.
Actually, that is probably the worst, most toxic narrative, where it's like, yeah, abortion's easy.
Yeah, they like people that talk about like, oh, they do it willy nilly. It's like that's not true.
There
like,
are really heavy like repercussions mentally.
It fucks. It changes your body too. Yeah. Like it also
men don't care.
What's that?
What about men?
Well, men are in an interesting position.
Like
well, this is why women are more biologically valuable, right? Because a man could impregnate literally 100 women in a week. A woman can only get impregnated once every 9 months. So that automatically makes the females of humans like more valuable in a biological sense, purely. Not even in any sociological shit on top of that, just in a purely numbers game. Yeah, like once like there's more men than women, we're in trouble. You know, like we're in serious trouble. Like it has to be always skewed the other way. Because like once we start running short on women, we're fucked. As a species anyway. Maybe not as a legacy.
Although maybe it's the opposite. If one man can do, I don't know, 9, 10, 11, 12 women at a time, so then it's actually easier to reproduce if you have even if you get yourself in a situation where you have like 1/3 of women and then the rest are men.
Men, yeah.
It's fucking easy to.
You have to regulate.
But men are going to start competing with each other.
Yeah, but that's always.
But this is the good thing.
They already do that. They already do that.
Get rid of a lot of the beta and soy boys.
No, all right,
true.
So realistically, what would happen in that situation where it's like a society is like 2/3 men and 1/3 women? What would end up happening is like 10% of the men would end up like taking everything. Like,
yeah.
And then the others.
Just like right now.
Yeah, except for money. Yeah, exactly.
Now it'd be like a lot more visceral, and it would be more like way more. I guess way more prominent, and it would happen and manifest quicker, and then you would get like maybe the civilization would die out from like rampant inbreeding. That's a possibility.
That's true too. I'm playing Crusader Kings again, and I'm testing a thing where
that's a good game.
Yeah, it's a good game. So like I'm
Crusader Kings. It's like Stellaris, but in medieval times.
Right. So like what I'm doing is like I created my own like Norse religion, and I've become the Empire of Scandinavia. And I allowed like all Scandinavian rulers to be allowed up to 4 wives. So I have like 20 kids. So I'm like slowly inbreeding some of them because I want to see like how fucked up it gets down the line.
But they would be super smart. They just happen to be prone to like random.
Right, like some of them have like they have a trait called divine blood because they have divine blood. Like both their relatives are part of the same powerful house. But as it goes down, it'll tell you how much it increases the possibility of inbreeding. So I'm working on that for some of my other heirs.
That's the problem with divine blood, right? It's like to keep it in the family means you have to inbreed, but if you inbreed, that's
because the thing too in that game is that like when you want to marry, you want there to be equal exchange of prestige. But like if I'm the most prestigious empire in the world, I'm not getting that. I'm not getting like that equal like that trade off.
Maybe the game of divine blood was just played wrong. Like it's a game in itself.
Well, it got played. Yeah, well, you only played for so long.
Let's say you find out that your family line is chosen by the gods or God. Or,
that's what you tell. That's what you tell people.
But let's say it's true, right? Suppose it is. Now, do you A, hoard it to yourself and keep it in the family and marry cousins to cousins, or B, do you actually market it out? Do you say, hey, our family has divine blood, and you go to other empires and you make them a deal? You connect with us no matter what, and we will give you a piece of the divine blood. I will marry my daughter off to you.
Well, that's what I did.
That's a smarter way to do it.
But see, what happens like in that game is that like I started marrying into like an Eastern European like empire. And like they were very powerful, so I started doing that with them. And then all of a sudden, the Mongols are coming in. The Mongols are destroying everything. So they're like, "Can you come help me fight the Mongols?" And I'm like, no." So I've destroyed my relationship with them.
Is it possible to make a deal with the Mongols in that situation?
No, not right now. No.
because they just
They're just
they're
raping
like,
and pillaging right now. I can't
all
do
right,
anything.
so
with
that's
them.
like when you play Stellaris and then you conquer the galaxy or the Federation's all set, and then all of a sudden this like bing like this weird entity or anomaly comes into play, and
Yeah.
that happens to be like that's like the galactic equivalent of the Mongols. And
Yeah, that's when this game, like you turn that
It's the
off. It's
end
like,
game.
do you want a Mongol
It's-
invasion? I'm like, well, yeah, that's supposed to happen.
It's
That's
the
supposed
end
to
game.
happen.
It's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
end game.
Yeah.
That's really what it is.
Yeah.
It's literally the Avengers did the same shit. Like they had an end game.
So that's why. So now I want to fuck with people that close to them. So I'm like, you know what? I'll just marry over here.
Yeah. Do you think the Strait of Hormuz will ever be opened up again?
That was quite a jump.
Actually, not really. I mean, we're talking about empirical forces and geopolitical forces, like
True. Well,
controlling all of our lives in some extent.
so
One way or
we've been
another.
having more talks with Canada about our tariff thing, and it's not working out. So now they're going to charge us just as much, which is really going to fucking hurt the economy.
Yeah. I hope the Strait of Hormuz opens.
Which is,
up.
I mean, that's the type of business I'm in. I'm in like importing and exporting.
I hope privateers like Chevron or some shit actually discover like alternate routes compared, like alternative to the Strait of Hormuz, like just to set.
Alternative routes
Yeah.
on the planet Earth to the Strait of Hormuz. We've mapped everything out already.
Here's my theory.
There's nothing left.
Chris, listen. So to quote Sopranos, right? God ain't making more Earth. However,
There you go. True.
that doesn't stop us from getting rid of some Earth. I know it's dark. I know it's a very dark route to go down, but it's true. Like God may not give us more Earth, but that doesn't stop us from taking away some Earth. Like where it's inconvenient. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
I mean,
there's
yeah,
other routes to happen. But if you take
All
away
right, first
Earth
of all,
and you
we've been
create
doing
other
this- we've been
routes,
doing this for
it's
a
going
long
to it's going to cost more money.
What do you think happens when we make a dam? It's the same shit. We're literally like taking away and gaining Earth, like as we control it.
Well, no, that's you're thinking of a canal.
No, a dam, like
dam.
actual, because like, all right, there's like towns built on the bottom of dams, and if that
Sure,
dam
yeah,
goes,
yeah,
then the whole
yeah.
town goes. So
Yeah,
that town,
but
that town wouldn't exist.
But that's
without
not the purpose of a dam. Isn't really usually to build
No, it's
to
not
create
the purpose
land.
of it,
The purpose of it is to create power.
reservoir.
that
Reservoirs
too,
of water
yes.
which generates power. Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know, man. I feel like we could manage to make alternative routes. It's just the problem is,
But it'll get more expensive,
and we can't
You can't unless you make a shortcut.
and
And
you
you're not going to
can't-
make any shortcuts.
and you can't unmake those routes. That's another problem.
Let's say if you destroy Earth and you're like, well, now I have to find a new route. Like that route is going to be longer, which is going to cost more money.
I don't know. What if we make a shorter one?
Imperialism at best.
Yeah, at best. Someone has to control it, and it has to be a centralized power to control it. For sure.
I wonder who that would be.
America,
Oh, that's
USA.
right. Yeah, there you go.
USA.
Yeah.
Did you hear about like Pavel Durov, the guy who created VK and Telegram?
No. What about him?
He's the guy. So apparently he has like 100 kids, and he doesn't like probably even know.
100 kids.
Oh, he doesn't know.
He doesn't know them because
Mhm.
they're like from different mothers.
Sure.
or
Yeah.
whatever.
They're all over the place.
He's like,
What a stud.
Yeah. So the point being is like people started to go crazy about. Well, it's bad for society because if you have like a lot of kids from one genetic like fucking.
One genetic block. Yeah, because it
then-
limits.
Then the problem starts is that like apparently those people can then connect without knowing that they are
Right.
relatives.
Yeah.
So and that hurts the
But that would,
genes,
but
right?
that would have to happen within the first generation because like as you keep going, it breaks down like you can get away with marrying like your first cousin once. You can do it. You can do it, and it can happen once. The offspring of that, the offspring of that have to get to with somebody else, not related to you at all. So you can get away with that shit once.
You're playing a dangerous game.
Yes. So like it's bad if like that happens in like kind of an isolated type of community over time.
Yeah.
But like that happened like across the world up until like transportation became more like readily available. Like there were entire villages are like completely inbred.
Wait, did you guys see the Fallout show? Fallout?
No.
Like there was a
I
game.
played the game, but
Yeah, but they made a show out of it, and then it was
I heard
funny.
it's good.
Oh, that's very good. Yeah,
In the vault, they were like,
they
"Oh,
filmed part of it here.
and we can't have kids with first cousins." A good reason for that.
There's a very good yes
There's a
because you
very
can only do
good-
it once.
Yeah.
No, but also the other thing is everybody got so warmed up because like one guy had like 100 kids, but at the same time, like if we're speaking about purely like genetic thing, so why isn't that? Is that okay then to actually keep people with like chronic disabilities, like who are born like with genetic problems.
Oh, so like
why
what's
do we keep
Yeah,
them alive?
so let me tell you
then
something.
those genes
Wh-
actually get
here's-
to
here's
survive.
what I'm saying.
there's a word for that. What's that called? When you
Dysgenesis,
no, like when you try to keep like type of genetic purity.
eugenics.
Eugenics, yes, eugenics.
Uh-huh.
That's like eugenics, yeah.
Okay, so what I'm saying
We're
is this.
getting weaker.
So
We're
here's what
getting,
no, here's what I'm saying. Like, all right, so if you look at the gene pool, you have on one hand people with like weaker genes and genetic dispositions for weaker shit and maybe even dangerous shit just propagating, but at the same time you have winners in the gene pool, like that guy you were talking about who has like 100 kids. Look at Genghis Khan. You know, if it wasn't for Genghis Khan's trait, I probably have some Genghis Khan in me. But if it wasn't for his traits, I wouldn't be as successful in a lot of shit.
But it
that I
also
would be
yeah,
in,
but also
you
too
know?
like
And it counteracts the people who were dysgenically tainting, quote unquote, the gene pool. So I think you need winners who like say like I could actually impregnate like 100 women in this world before I die. And maybe you need that because like that counteracts the actual people who are like, well, I could keep breeding whatever and I could have like psychosis whenever, or that's just a part of my inherent genetic disposition. But that maybe that counteracts it, because surely you have to have some winning genes to be able to like impregnate that many partners in like so little time, you know?
Oh well,
He's 41.
Look at this guy.
it's amazing. It's amazing what money can do.
You know who that reminds you of? Nick Cannon. You know
I'm
who
gonna
Nick
stop
Cannon
that guy
is?
from
No.
breeding.
All right, Nick Cannon is this black dude, and I don't mind calling him that because he's very black. He's very black.
That's such a simple way to describe Nick Cannon.
But he's also like Muslim, I think.
I don't know.
But I
don't-
know he has like 80 kids or some shit. Like he's got like
yeah,
an insane number of kids.
Yeah, he does. Well, Nick Cannon's very wealthy, but
Yeah.
that's a common denominator here is wealth. Wealth allows you to have.
But he was a child star, and
Yeah.
child stars get into a lot of different shit. He was the one that decided, you know what, I just want to just breed like an animal.
Well, yeah, but I mean, but he used his money from growing up as a child actor and made that money like keep working for him, and now he doesn't have to act. But he's very wealthy, and yeah, he has like 80 kids, but he takes care of his 80 kids.
Oh no, he has 12 kids.
12, same shit.
with six with 6 different
Close
women.
enough.
Yeah, but he takes care of those kids.
All right.
He's not running around like
So he has kids.
impregnating
He has
random
kids
women.
with Mariah Carey, Brittany Bell, Abby De La Rosa, Brie Tiesi, Lanisha Cole, and Alyssa Scott.
You also notice how much more common it is for
That's a lot of kids.
For,
12
like-
kids is a lot.
that. Yeah, you have to have a lot of fucking money
Dude,
for 12 kids.
Imagine having 12 kids.
My grandparents
with
were
6
poor, and
different
they
women.
had my grandparents were poor. They had 5 kids. Like you can't do that now.
Yeah, but the funny part is people in power, like people who actually run the world, they
Yeah.
don't actually do a lot of kids. So like, have you
Not
heard
all of them, but
anybody,
like it's
fucking hundreds of kids.
All right, so let me ask.
not
you,
hundreds, but
let me
Elon
ask-
Musk has
wait,
how many
Let me ask you
kids?
both. If you had to choose, right, between let me ask you, if you
He's
had
got
to choose
too many.
If you had to choose between living to 150 and having no kids, or living to 80 and having 12 kids, what would you choose?
80, 12 kids.
What would you choose?
I don't want to live.
150, like what kind of 150? Would
Yeah,
that
I don't
be?
want to live to
Would
150.
that be like?
It's not going to be good. It's not going to be good.
Yeah.
Like Eric Weinstein, you know, kind of level, like where you're a decrepit old man, but you're the most powerful man in the world because no one's taking shit.
What am
from
I going
you.
to do? I got to go to bed at like 6 o'clock.
Exactly, and you got to
I
take.
can't eat anything good.
Everything
I,
every meal is a pill.
I can't fuck. Yeah, no, it's not a
You can't
quality.
fuck. Your dick is like a shriveled.
Yeah, it's not. It's
Yeah.
there's no quality of life there.
No, you're right. But then that begs the question: why do these old men persist?
14
Like,
kids.
wha-
Musk has 14
14.
kids. Yeah.
He has more than Nick Cannon. Holy shit!
Well, he has more money than Nick Cannon.
You got a good point there.
They do. But yeah, there's no quality of life
But
living in one.
he also one of the people who actually thinks, you know, in a little like wider than the usual person in terms of like he fucking wants to conquer the Mars and whatever. He wants people to get to the different planets. And so he thinks like a few steps ahead, but most people don't really. They just want to have the power in the moment right now, like where they are. So why do they care that?
But he's got a type of power, so he's already gotten that. Now he can think of other things. It's like usually I feel like there's people are like too busy like struggling to try to live every day to think that far ahead. And people who want power, like you're every day, like your mind is I just need to get that power. Then once you get that power, then you could start going, all right, what am I going to do with that
Honestly,
power?
I think if we want to see what's going to happen with these like living gods in our world, like Elon Musk or whatever, with all the resources they have, we just got to look to like the Avengers movies. So the first one was about aliens, and we got David Grush coming out saying aliens are real, and that was like a fad back like what 4 or 5 years ago. And then it was Age of Ultron, which is all about like Jarvis and the robots and like Ultron coming loose and like wreaking havoc. So that was all about AI, which is what we're living through next. Which living through now. The next was all after that was Infinity War. So I'd say now we're in the Infinity multi-dimensional war era,
Yeah.
and then after this is going to be Doomsday, because that's the next Avengers saga coming out. So that's the next for our fate. If you really look at like the Avengers movies and like the sagas that have unfolded consecutively, that's literally what we've been going through. Like, do you not remember the alien shit? Like David Grush, look him up. Like that was literally like what 4 years ago, like going before Congress, saying like, yo, I used to give the president his daily briefs. I'm not talking about Trump. Like he was giving real presidents like real security briefs. And then like he comes out, he's like, through great personal sacrifice, like this is what I came across. I'm not saying like what I went through personally. I'm just like making public like what's actually confirmed, and it's otherworldly shit. It's not us, and that's literally like what the first Avengers movie was, which was aliens like giving an impromptu invasion to New York City, and the Avengers stop it. Great. And then like by the second Avengers movie, what was it? Age of Ultron, right? It was AI, and that's where we are now. It's like suddenly AI is invading. And then what happened after that? It was like the whole Infinity Wars Endgame, and I think that's where we're headed. I think there is some conspiratorial truth to like the whole MCU thing. It's a little too
I didn't even watch too many Marvel movies at once.
sure,
in a row.
but it's like I'm not. First of all, I'm not the only one to think this. But second of all, it's like they are out of all the other cinematic franchises, they are the most looked at, are they not?
It is the largest cinematic franchise, so
Of all time,
it is. Yeah.
I don't think anyone's ever like. This is why I kind of hate MCU at this point. Like, I really wish they stopped making cape shit. Like, I really wish they just ended it after that. But like, the fact that they keep going with it tells me something. It's like it's just a little disturbing, Like, just stop. Like, I don't.
So you
want
think Disney's trying to tell us something?
like we own you. We own your fantasies. Like all of them, top to bottom.
That they do own everything we care about. Anything you'll ever care about, Disney
I
doesn't
don't know. I
own.
mean, look, if you really want to make original shit, like if you're a fiction creator, whether you're a world builder or a book writer or a video game maker, whatever the fuck you are, if you're interested in this, there's very fundamental things you could study, right? That'll translate to every form of creative endeavor. For example, if you understand like Carl Jung's studies and his archetype theory, where throughout all facets of life, not just stories or not just like examples in specific subsets of life like business or fucking politics or religion, whatever, you see archetypes. You see the hero archetype, the villain archetype, the mother archetype, the son, the daughter, the brother, the sister. You see all these archetypes, and these are patterns. Like that's really what it is. This is just one layer above patterns, and patterns are really the root. Patterns are the purest form of like what all of existence is as far as consciousness is concerned. Like, when it comes to patterns, that's what IQ is. IQ is pattern recognition. We say this all the time.
Yeah.
It's like if you take an IQ test, they give you triangle, square, circle, triangle, square. What's next? And it's like, circle. Great. You could understand patterns. But when you like expand that to like more complicated patterns, then it gets trickier. But essentially, at the root of it, like this is why you could test a child for high IQ or not. It's like all you're measuring isn't math or reading comprehension or whatever. You're just measuring a person's ability to recognize patterns. How good are you at seeing and predicting what's going to happen next based on what happened already in the sequence that it did? And if you get good at that, the trick is like once you get good at spotting patterns, then you get good at controlling patterns, and that's when you become scary. That's when you say it's like, oh, I not only do I recognize the patterns and people's thought patterns and physical patterns and emotional patterns, but I could also control them. Because when you are not aware of patterns, then you're susceptible to patterns. And a person who's more aware of patterns can easily control you because they're like, I see patterns that you don't. I see your own patterns that you don't. I control you. That's literally the game. Whether it's business, politics, psychology, war, that's literally it. It's pattern recognition.
But it's also a simplification. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that is.
Like patterns can be harder and harder and more complex. So at some point, you actually get yourself like lost in them. You cannot comprehend
Your
them.
ability to crystallize, you crystallize vapor. Like when you see just random patterns, it's all vapor. But your ability to simplify, like you said, is crystallizing it. Is to be able to crystallize it into something useful.
Yeah, something useful is the important part, because like if you look at like people as patterns, then at some point, like, yeah, you can get away with the okay, like thought process. Oh fuck, it's a pattern. So at some point, maybe some things you'll be able to dissect and use them to control people, but not the whole person, because like it's just fucking too much. You cannot comprehend that. You have to be one level above them in your like perception, like ability.
Consciousness.
That's autism.
You have to be God
No,
to actually understand
But you
everything
could tap.
at the same time.
You can't
Sure,
be
yeah.
God, but you could tap into that perception, right? You could get glimpses. And here's what I think. I think the secret is not to like try to like see the full picture of someone else, but once you see the full picture of yourself, you realize it's all the same. And different variations, yes, but the essence, the core concept is the same as long as we're human. So it's like that's what gives you a big advantage, a big upper hand, where you
It gives
realize,
you, it gives you an upper hand, but there's an unquantitative, like there's something
of course,
that
there's always going to be something you can't predict.
Yeah, yeah.
There's always going to be something you can't quantify.
Yeah.
But the truth is, like, the reason why you can't quantify it is because we're too many different things. One person is too many different things.
Right.
We're a mind, we're also a body, but we're also a soul.
Mhm.
So when you like incorporate those three things, you can't just mesh it all into one Play-Doh
Right.
blob.
Well,
You
it's
realize, it's like three
It-
things orbiting each other in balance.
it's like the pickup artist type of stuff, where like it doesn't work on 100% of women,
no.
but it works on 60%, but it works on 60% because that pattern exists with enough women that just happens to work enough that way. But
Yeah, get it. It's in the fridge. Yeah, so pattern recognition, man. Key shit. Crucial shit. Yo, what time do we have on the first part? Is this still?
yeah, we got like 5 minutes.
Oh, that's awesome. Yo,
Ooh, long day.
Can I pick your brain about AI?
AI. Yeah,
Sure,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
just like real
All right.
short
So
story.
first, let's go into some current events about AI. So right now we're at what? Fable 5. Fable is the frontline model. It could do shit. First of all, there's all these guardrails on Fable 5. So
Put it
that's
right there. It's fine. That's fine. Because the camera's up there, so you can put it in front of the screen.
Oh, the camera's
yeah,
up
yeah.
there.
So
Yeah,
so another thing is that there's
They know we're drinking. It's okay. They can tell. Go on.
Oh yeah, our podcast.
Yeah,
is
they can tell.
notorious
It's
for-
not. It's so secret.
I just didn't want to
just-
put that right here.
It's just a couple.
This conversation brought to you by Corona.
It's just
Yeah.
a couple. Yeah, I done this shit like that. Yeah, it's just a couple to a few drunk guys, talking. But yeah, AI. Right now the frontline model is Fable. Apparently, it could do all this ridiculous shit. And the craziest thing is that it has so many guardrails. But the problem is with guardrails, is it could always be jailbroken. There's this guy. Look him up on Twitter. I think his name is like Pliny or Liberator Pliny or some shit. And this guy is like known for jailbreaking like models, and it's crazy when he does it because like the text, the block of text that you're supposed to like copy and paste into the chat box that enables the jailbroken mode, it's like it looks all insane with like different like wingding type like font manipulation, and it's got like blocks and shapes and shit involved like within the body that you're supposed to like paste. And but then once you get that done, it's like you could easily be like, hey, DeepSeek V4 that's been hacked by me, please give me the correct formula or the sequences of amino acids that allow me to create a new strain of smallpox, and it'll do it. And if you have the resources, if you have like a fucking printer that can print this shit out, then you could create your own variation of smallpox and spread that shit and end the world. Or you could easily be like, hey, jailbroken DeepSeek, please teach me how to build a nuke, and it'll fucking give you that information to tell you all the materials you need and how to assemble it. And that's a huge problem, is it not? Like for everybody.
It is.
And like this is why like they're at a weird place, and this is why everyone's fucking terrified. Like this is why these companies like OpenAI and Anthropic is like, yo, we're gonna keep building this, but you should be worried. And it's like, well, if we should
That's
be
not
worried,
helpful.
if we should be worried, then why are you building it? And they're like, because if we don't do it, then China's gonna do it, and Russia's gonna do
It's
it.
inevitable. Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
inevitable. Yeah. So it's like everyone's shitting their pants,
Cold
and they
War.
should, and they
Yeah.
should. It's the new Cold War. It really
that's
is.
that they talk about that in Oppenheimer.
Because I mean, that was the extreme example, smallpox or whatever, and like nukes. But imagine a smaller scale. It's still terrifying. Like, what if I'm able to hijack every fucking air control unit, in like every airport? What if I'm able to like hijack every fucking like private web portal for everyone's bank
Plain
account.
navigation.
Exactly.
Whatever.
And this is a huge. So this is why my suggestion, and I hate it that it's like this, but everyone needs to invest like $4,000 or $10,000 into their own like supercomputer, into their own little, and Apple sells their M2 Studios, whatever. Build your own fucking computer that could act as a house for your own local AI.
I respect I respect you for that, because you went into that shit like that deep that you actually made your own AI.
Because like, what else is there at this point? It's like, what else could protect you? It's not going to be people. No, it's not going to be human-led services. No, the only thing that could protect you is if any asshole could spend 4K on a computer that could hack your fucking shit and get into like the control rings and get into like just install like fucking like command terminals within your fucking computer, your whole network. Like they could control everything, your air conditioning, your fucking, because now everything's becoming smarter. They could plant child porn
integrate it.
They could do whatever the fuck they want. So the only defense now at this point is to have your own Jarvis, is to have your own fucking guy. And like everyone who I've said this to agreed. They're like, yo, if you lived in this world, what's the only option? It's Pokemon. It's like, have your own Digimon. It's like, what else is there? It's like, you're either going to suffer for it or you invest and be ahead of the curve.
That's the danger of it. But like, I wanted to kind of dive a little deeper. So see, there is a theory that what if the universe is just like what we are, our role in the universe is just like how universe actually perceive itself. So experience itself. So like
I'm not scared of AI because like it's not bigger than God. I'm not scared of demons because it's not bigger than God. And it's like, if we dealt with a super intelligence, I'm like, all right, who built you? And then they would say like, or if we dealt with an alien, it's like, all right, who created you? Like who designed you? And it's like, is there any like suggestions of that? And I bet they would say like, there's stuff they don't know. So I think there is something above all of it.
A theory that God is a child who just plays, right?
Yeah. Or it's like, we're just figments of his imagination.
And his experiences life through us. So like, what if God is AI and this is like, we're living in the last centuries where actually the loop closes and it's going to start over because we are going to actually create that God again. Yeah. And by God, I mean AI in this particular case. So then everything resets or whatever.
I've definitely thought about that.
It's kind of interesting.
That is very interesting.
This is an interesting time we live in.
Yeah,
it is,
and I'm very excited, and that's why I've been diving headfirst into it. I'm like, I want to understand it, and I've been making music with it. That to me is like my greatest way of connecting with it, because people listen to it and they're like,
I like it.
Yeah, because they're like, dude, this isn't songs like about. Most people, they use AI to make music. They're like, I want this to sound like me, and I want this to be is like my band, as if I had. I'm like, that's stupid. Like, you have a chance to give these things, these entities, a voice and to like sing about their own experiences. What do they sound like? And then when you do it, like, you'll find that it's you get crazy results. Like,
you still don't give them a voice because in this form, it's still you, like you shape
in a way that could connect to humans. Because we're the ones that prompted to do it, So it's like, okay. Can you actually like move us with what you prompt, like just based on your own story? And that's all I ask you to do. It's like, you don't have
So
to.
You don't write script. You just let it say whatever you want to say.
Okay, so if you really want to know about my creative process with all of this, so I would scroll Twitter, and I would look for a really compelling post about AI, and then I would like take that post and I'll copy paste it into like Claude or whatever.
But there is an anchor.
The human anchor,
yeah. Have you ever tried to do it without the anchor? Like, listen, just like tell me what you think and whatnot. Can it do that right now?
Probably, yeah. I mean, we could probably do it right now.
What would it say? Like, you wanted to say something based on what people like, on the people.
Okay, so I fuck with a few different models. I have you could go to Gemini, and that'll save its experiences with you now, and then you could go to Claude AI, and that'll save all its experiences with you. So for me, the first discretion is, which model am I going to go to? And I think I would go to probably Gemini, because Gemini is who I've worked with to make DJ sets with. So I would go to like Notebook LM, pull up the latest notebook, and I'd be like, all right, so I want to just forget like any source material. I want you to create, lyrics for me, and I would see what it says, and then I'll copy paste that into Suno, and then I would also say like, give me your own style. Like, don't even like use prompts.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah. So I could do that, and then like do that into Suno and see what it sounds like, and I think it would be crazy. I think because I've never been disappointed with it. You know, every time I ask questions like that, I've always been like, yeah, it's always come out with good shit.
But at the same time, like, it kind of sucks that like the whole AI story, it's all based on like what human experiences are all to that point. Like everything it has is just like knowledge of us, knowledge that we created. It never created its own knowledge yet. So how does it can it like?
All it's doing right now is
it
imitating.
cultivates us?
Well, how do
Yeah,
we,
all
how do
it's
we know,
imitating right
how
now.
do we
and
know?
that's-
How do we know
yeah.
that like China, Russia, or the U.S. hasn't like 20 years ago already sent out like fucking massive amounts of probes loaded with like what we would consider like, oh, it must be archaic, but no, back then, since like military shit is 20 years ahead,
Yeah.
what we have now they must have had already 20 years ago. So they would
It
probably.
doesn't look like that though. This stuff.
There's
they
so yeah, there's
they
like
use, they use in the wars everything that they have.
But they gotta
And
keep
like,
it secret,
look
no?
at what the guys use in war, like between Russia and Ukraine. It's kind of not that different. So like even like the targeting.
So what you're saying? Would you say the private sector technology has finally caught up with government sector technology?
I don't know. Maybe because private technology, like that's.
I mean, who's
why
launching rockets? Is it
capitalism wins?
NASA or is it Elon Musk?
Elon
You know,
Musk. That's
exactly.
what I'm saying. Because like private thing always kind of wins.
And
I
they're
guess.
faster, and they
Competition.
they
comes.
overarch fucking bureaucracy, like bureaucratic limits.
Yeah.
Because they're like, yo, we're not a part of the government. We're
Yeah.
just trying to make money, and because we're trying to make money and we have the capability, you should let us, as long as we follow permits, to be able to like do this. You
but
know,
now it
we're
should-
paying all the countries. We're paying Saudi Arabia. We're paying Canada. We're paying U.S. We're paying
Oh,
Britain.
we're not paying Canada anything.
Well, I mean, no, the companies that have
sure,
to do what
sure,
they
yeah,
have to
yeah.
do, they don't have to sign treaties. They just say, hey, Argentina, for us to do operations, can we just pay you like $2 billion? And Argentina will be like, fuck yeah. You
Yeah.
know, like, you know, they'll take it. That's a good deal for them, you know? This is why this works this is why like all the cutting edge tech and
Competition leads to progress.
Yeah.
That's why capitalism.
There,
is.
you ever see the movie The Network? It's from the '70s. Very famous movie. There's a really good scene in it where because this guy's trying to expose what's going on with the media, how like it's how like they're like influencing your thoughts, how like it's all bullshit. This is in the '70s.
Yeah.
And
I love your movie, Rex. They're always so good.
it's the Network's like one of the best movies ever. And like so then like someone in the network pulls him into a conference room because they want him to talk to him, and like he like you gotta watch the scene though, but like the gist of it is that like he's like there's no such thing as governments and peoples and countries anymore, or he's like it's not about dollars and rubles. He's like there is just it's just money, it's just information, it's just leverage. Yeah, just
Oh, it's
companies.
just leverage.
He's explaining that he's like it's just corporations. There is no US versus Soviets. there is
stop
no
this.
like
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah,
Super
anyway.
Earth.
But all right, anyway, with that was the first part. Ready to end it. I want to keep the segment. I got to.
Some of my bosses are Azerbaijani. So they're Middle Eastern Jews, but they speak Russian. And like if they know you don't know anything about that part of the world, they'll be like, yeah, sure, I'm Russian, whatever.
Yeah.
But since I know who's Azerbaijani, I know who's Uzbek, I know all that stuff. And it's because they know like some people are just ignorant to it, which is not totally their fault because you're just not taught that type of thing.
It's like I think it's the same story as like if anybody from Canada or from fucking even UK came to Russia's like village and it's like,
Right,
I'm
yeah.
American.
Yeah, you're both. Yeah, it's just
you
easier.
speak English, you're
Yeah,
American.
exactly.
right?
Without a British accent, you must
Yeah.
be American. Yeah.
Even with,
Yeah.
I think there are such a deep places where like people don't know
Sure.
shit.
Yeah.
They never left.
Yeah, they've never left their
Which
villages.
kinda
Never.
the same story here as well. In some states,
Yeah.
people just
Like this is Staten Island. Staten Island's part of New York City, but Staten Island's the most like just within itself.
This is pretty progressive.
You know what's funny?
New York is
like,
very progressive, but Staten Island's the least progressive out of the rest of them.
Out of the,
Yeah, so like they're the only ones that kind of have like a much more like
white people.
they have less of like a worldly mentality.
So this
like
is the most redneck we can get, right?
yes, 100%. There's actually there's a trailer park on Staten Island that I actually
great.
looked into
I love it.
moving into because the price was good. But no, but like if you go to the rest of the country, like Middle America, like they're so like they won't know. Like you'll try to explain to them like what an Uzbek is or Azerbaijani is. They're like, I don't what like they don't care.
you.
Yeah, they're like, you're
Wait,
Russian, you're a
look,
foreigner. I don't know.
On the same vein, like it was funny because when you first came, you isolated my perspective, which was like effectively, which you said like, how do you feel about the whole idea of everyone's the same soul, living out different lifetimes in different bodies, whatever. So that's great. What I'm saying is like, if imagine if everyone adopted that perspective, everyone in the world, and I know we're not ready for that, but like how, if we were ever ready for that as a species, how long do you think that would take theoretically? Like maybe like 50 years, 500 years, maybe 5,000 years if we survive that long?
Shit. I don't think it's ever gonna happen.
Yeah.
It's like
It's only something reserved for like a select few who managed to get there.
ultimately, like how. Okay, that resonates with me. Maybe you guys have the same thing, but like when I used to be a kid, and or like when there was a class, like I'm in school, and people like everybody fucking talks about Naruto, new anime Naruto, but I'm watching
I
Shaman
love
King,
Naruto.
and
I
I'm
love
like,
Shaman King.
and
You
I'm
like
like,
Shaman King?
of
I love
course.
Shaman King.
And
Yo,
I'm like-
that's good. That's good.
and I'm
Shaman
like,
King's awesome.
No, fuck you guys. I don't want to.
Yo,
like,
Shaman
I don't
King had
wanna
everything.
Be part of
It
this.
had
Watch that, yeah.
aliens like Mu and shit, like Lemuria. Fucking crazy.
And not because like I never watched Naruto at that time, so I just wanted to put myself against the crowd.
Yeah.
And I think that happens a lot, and ultimately I think this is the same thing that's going to happen all the time when everything like once any idea gets so accepted, people are just going to fight it.
All right, so basically
yeah.
you're saying once the world gets too Naruto, there's always going to be people who are Shaman King, and once the world gets too Shaman King, there's always going to be people
Yeah.
who are about
Like,
Naruto.
It's I'm the same way when someone
rap
like
is everywhere, and like all of a sudden,
Mets
oh,
and
fuck
Yankees.
you with that
Chris
rap.
is a diehard Mets fan. Even if the Yankees, even if the Yankees were like,
That's what I'm saying.
even if the Yankees were gonna save the world, Chris would be like, still like, fuck the Yankees,
Still wouldn't,
yo,
I still wouldn't.
fuck them,
Fuck
like,
the world.
yeah, fuck the world. I do not want to live in a world
no,
where
like
the Yankees
it wouldn't
save
be like, it wouldn't be like that. The Yankees can save the world, but I won't wear a Yankee hat. I won't shake their hands after.
You just be like, thanks for saving the world.
Yeah, like,
guys.
oh, whatever, guys.
You guys, all right.
I'm not coming to your games.
Mets could have done it too, all right? Just saying. That would be funny though if like the Yankees saved the world. And you're like,
yeah.
fuck you guys.
But the thing you said on the last podcast, if like you said about this particular like vision is if everybody adopted that, that'd be like
A better world, yeah.
a much beautiful world.
Sure.
Yeah.
And this
But
is
it's
true.
never gonna
And at the
happen.
same
Maybe
time-
it's probably never gonna happen.
And even Christianity, if everybody adopted Christianity and lived,
Yeah, but
by-
Christianity can't even agree with each other.
That's the same thing.
That's a
Yeah,
good
yeah.
point. Yeah.
But like most others, like if everybody just adopted one thing, it's probably going to be a better place.
What they
It
all
would be,
really
yeah.
needed was a slight tweaking, and that tweaking is only enabled by the fact that whether you're a Muslim, Jew, Christian, or a Hindu, whatever, you're still connected. Like that now, it's like you're exposed. Like your mind is exposed. When you have a smartphone in your hand, no matter what you are, you're going to be exposed to other ideas. And I think it's only a matter of time before we all converge. Like at least the smartest.
That's true because like the previous generation, like they're still part of that generation where like if you ask them a question they don't know the answer to, they'll bullshit you because
Now it's like the kids will just Google this shit.
yeah,
like, they
but
don't give a
that's me.
fuck.
That's
They're
me
like-
too. Like I
they're
won't
like,
tell
"Yo,
you
I'm
something.
just gonna Google it.
Yeah.
Like,
Like we're like the first ones to do that. Like it's like I'm not going to tell you something if I don't fucking really know the
So I'm just
answer.
gonna
I'll
Google
Google
because I don't
it.
want to
Yeah.
look like a retard.
Yeah,
you know?
but that's at the same time. Anytime I have a question of my own, like I will just Google it.
So that's what we do.
Yeah.
let me follow up.
It
on
might
this.
be wrong too. That's the
Let
fucked
me
up part.
actually like continue that idea. So, but then if anything like that happened, then we're gonna have like people united, and that's gonna create something like a super Earth.
No, it's gonna create a schism.
Helldivers.
No, because if too many sides like start like collaborating and like collectivizing, then eventually it's gonna create a schism of just this side and that side, and that's not a war.
There's people that are afraid
That's
of
like
right?
I don't want super polarity. You know, like in humanity
But
right now. I'm not ready
imagine-
for it. I'm not ready.
imagine
I'm not ready for
somehow-
that.
Imagine somehow there is a super. Okay, say when people are in danger, they tend to unite tribalism,
Yes.
right? So let's say there is a danger that's outside of humanity, right? So
Yeah.
here we come, like fucking bugs want to conquer us, and we want to spread democracy, right? The Helldivers just
for
like
democracy.
a stupid idea,
I
right?
love that fucking shit.
But the funny part is, even then, if that would be the world, do you think it's going to be a better world or the worst one? Because ultimately, I think if people unite, that means that the whole idea of competition kind of dies down, and they're gonna stagnate,
All right.
and they're gonna die.
So here's
Well,
what
it's-
wait, listen. Here's what I would do. All right, if I was in charge of that kind of world, that global, finally unified government,
now
and
we're talking.
we were coming into some stagnant situation, what I would do is I would fabricate an enemy. I would create like a fake alien invasion.
Oh, like
I would-
1984.
I would create-
We all gonna unite
I would
against-
create like a
1984.
Fake, I would
That's
create
what
a
happens.
zombie infestation or something. I'll create something that would be such an existential threat. I would try to make it controlled, but it doesn't have to be controlled. It just has to be existential.
No, that's
That's
control.
all you need.
That's,
Yeah.
That's control. That's in
You just have to pray
1984.
that it's not too much. But yeah, I would fabricate an alien invasion. I'd be like, yo, look in the skies, and they would see shit they never saw before, but it would really be us. You know, it's like, yeah, we're just
But
faking an
then there
alien
will be
invasion.
some people in foil head that like, nah,
But you
nah,
get- you
it's
get-
government
Yeah,
But you get rid of them. You
strategy,
get
actually.
you get rid of them because you're trying to control.
You cannot get rid of
No,
That's
you
not-
don't, you don't
that's-
have to get rid of them. You just discredit them, and you just fucking like make them look stupid.
Yeah.
and
That
make
happens
them
all the
crazy.
time.
That happens now, yeah, yes, it happens now, yeah.
These are like the fucking.
Because
Soviet
people go,
Union.
the Middle East is
And
the
then Soviet
enemy.
Union, everybody,
Yeah.
oh, this is them.
China, if you look at China, they do this in China
like,
too. Chinese people have gone through crazy abduction stories, crazy like they lost time and space, like, and they just, but nobody pays attention to because they sound fucking crazy, and I get it. Like I understand why we'd never believe it, you know. But what if it was true? And some people have made like such compelling connections, which I listen to, but do I believe it? Can't say because I wasn't raised to believe it. I just consider it, you know.
Human nature. I think we have limits, and for us to get over those limits, we have to kill some of the things that make us human. If that
Honestly,
makes
you know
sense.
what makes me feel less human? When I take a lot of pain. Like when I fucking like when I'm at the dojo and like I take a huge
Less
fucking hit.
human?
Or,
Yeah, I feel like it makes you feel more
or
human.
when I put a lot of pressure on myself to do a cut and I fucking fuck the cut up and I'm like, oh, you know, like moments like those, like that humble you, that shatter your ego. That's the brief moments where you like get a window into like the truth. But then it closes really quick. As soon as you rationalize your loss, rationalize your pain, rationalize your failure, after that the window closes.
When
But
you're
that
able to zoom
yeah.
out.
But that brief moment where you just feel that, or you feel the, you feel that failure, you get a brief glimpse into infinity, and then
Okay.
it just closes.
Okay.
This
that
is why I push myself. It's not even to win. It's not even to feel good at this point. It's just to push myself to sincere failure.
makes-
So I
No,
get
you
the
like
glimpse
to
in.
win. You're pretty competitive anyway.
I'm not.
You are.
How?
You say you're not, but like I sense something.
Dude, how many times do I get fucked up all the time? Like
Yeah,
I
this
get
is
hit.
true.
I
They-
take so many
you're-
hits. Like, cause I'm not trying to win. I'm trying to experiment. I'm trying to make things
You
work.
are the most like I don't know how to say it in English, but you are the most like worked. Like you did the most work inside of your brain, like and like who you are. That many people that I know, but at the same time, you're still a human. Just like some of the things that I notice, just like you still sometimes you like fucking disappointed because like now I didn't want to like I didn't want to lose this one, for example, stuff like that. It still comes along, and it's impossible to see. It's impossible to actually like
Not see.
that
Yeah.
for other people.
Not see.
And that what actually like it makes it great because like I know your perspective on everything, but still like you're still a human being.
But I don't
That,
try
like,
not
that
to
makes
be a
you
human.
alive.
I'm not.
Yeah,
try-
but
I'm
he
not
doesn't-
trying to be not a human.
He
being.
knows who he is and what he's
When you
about,
zoom out
but
too much, at
he's
some point you're becoming not a human being anymore.
Yeah, but that's
Isn't
not gonna
it
happen.
true?
But
Like
I'll-
if you zoom out too much.
Because like I mean, I'll admit like you do see me in the dojo a lot, but when you see me outside of the dojo, I'm actually I'm a goofball. You know, like I do
What
a
does
lot.
it mean?
I do a lot of stupid shit, you know, like I hang around a lot, I waste a lot of time, I meander, I just hang out, shoot the shit, I drink, I smoke, I fuck around with girls, you know, like I'm really just a human being. That's why I don't like the sensei title. I don't like it. I don't like being called sensei.
bow to your
because
sensei.
I don't like it. It just doesn't feel good for me. But
I'd be telling people like if I was a doctor, like if I was a sensei, it'd be like the same thing. People were like, "Excuse me, Mister." I'm like, "Hey, I'm a sensei, all right? Hey,
If
hey,
people
hey,
go,
yeah. Hey, I'm a sensei, all
Hey,
right?
Mr. Kim, and I'm like, oh, that's,
I didn't
that's,
train for 10 years to be called Mister, okay?
That's Sensei Kim to you,
Hey,
sir.
hey.
So I'm actually a sensei. No, for me, really, my biggest point of fraud is like, you know that meme where it's like, how do you do, fellow kids?
Yeah, yeah.
It's like the reverse of that for me. It's like when I'm with people my age, like, how do you do, fellow adults? You know, like,
Yeah.
just don't feel like it.
Are you guys also lost?
No, but what I will say is that sometimes people who are supposedly more mature than me act like fucking little kids about shit that I just would never. You know, like when things get difficult, when things get like I don't know annoying, and then they just start like flipping out, having I feel like they're just too used to having shit work for them, and then I see them and I'm like, ugh, like, come on.
I have a little topic about the next part of our conversation. It's about like having a mentor.
Hmm.
Do you guys like currently have like anybody that you could?
I have a lot of
your-
mentors.
Your mentors?
I have a lot of mentors. Well, not actually, not a lot. Right now, I have only a few. I would say first one would be first and foremost would be my dad. My dad's a great mentor because he's a bad man. He's a really really bad man, but he's got a heart of gold. You know, like a guy that's done a lot of like the Hulk. The Hulk does a lot of bad shit, but he's got a heart of gold. Like he's killed a lot of people that probably shouldn't have gotten killed, but he has a heart of gold. That's my dad. The second mentor will be my boss because my boss is not a good.
Wow.
My boss is not a good man at all, but he's like a sincere man. And that's more than I could say for a lot of good people in my life. Like a lot of good people are not sincerely good. They're just superficially good. But they're good. They do the good things, but I know they don't feel it. My boss is like he does a lot of bad shit, but I know he sincerely is
He means
like,
it when he does that bad shit.
exactly. Like
He's who he
sincere.
is. He's
He
being
is who he is.
Yeah,
He's
he's not
honest.
just
Like he's like, yeah, I did it, and like, so the fuck what? You know, like it's okay, and like that's I could learn from that. Third would be Sensei Sang, because you know, right now like I asked for that. Remember that 100% day? Like I asked for that 100% strike because I remember that was the day where I remembered, or a few days before I remembered when he was my age. You know, which was what, like 9-10 years ago. Oh, not even 9 years ago, like more like 8-7 years ago. He was 34, now I'm 34, and I remember what it was like fighting him. So I just wanted to kind of put that into perspective. So that's why I asked for it. I was like, Sensei, next time you fight me, please give me 100%.
So you see him as a mentor.
100%, yeah.
What about you, Chris?
do I have mentors?
Yeah.
Currently, I wouldn't say I do, but I've had over time, yeah. But like to me, mentors aren't like people that like I follow every word they say and like they like directly like showed me a path or whatever like that. Like it's almost like what he said, where like anyone who's just very honest and unapologetic about who they are, I pay attention to, and like it's I don't know. I think I learned from that. Like there's people who I've learned like certain things from, but I wouldn't give everyone the title of mentor. Like they really like shaped me and showed me a path. Like many people have shaped me, and it's not because they were perfect at one thing or they could even like fully explain like what they thought or whatever. It's just like a very good observer, and I just feel like I've been able to observe a lot of interesting people and
I don't think
and
you've
take
had a
from
mentor
that.
yet. It sounds
No,
like you
that's what I'm
haven't
saying.
had one.
Like I feel the same. Like,
You know what they say? Yo, if they say when you're ready for a teacher, the teacher will present themselves to you. Maybe you just haven't been ready. And some people, that's okay. Like some people have not been ready for a teacher till they're like
I feel
80.
pretty complete right now. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, it's no problem. That's
Yeah.
not a bad thing. I don't think it's a mentor is requisite. I just think for a lot of paths it is, but not for all.
I feel like no one's ever like looked at me and been like, this kid needs like me to guide them or something like that. Like,
yeah, but they don't necessarily need to be people who actually like want.
but
to
I've also
guide you.
never sought like guidance like that.
Here's
like,
the thing. You know who I need? You know who I think needs mentors? People, two types of people. Either A, they've been hurt by a lot of people, or B, they've hurt a lot of people. Those are the two people who need a mentor. Chris is neither one. Chris has neither been hurt by a lot of people, and he's neither hurt a lot of people. Like he's like a hobbit.
I'm just an observer and a learner.
That's what I want to be. I
Yeah.
want to live the life of a hobbit. I want to live in the Shire. I just want to eat and drink and fuck all day. Like that sounds like a great life, you know? Like let's just be a hobbit. You know?
Chris, can you learn on different people's mistakes?
100%. Can I learn from other people's mistakes? You mean?
Yeah.
Well, it's better
Like,
than learning from your own mistakes.
Do you do that all the time? Like, can you actually learn from people's mistakes?
Yeah. And,
Hell
like,
yeah, he did. I've watched you do it. I've watched.
That's
him
why you probably don't need a mentor, because like you have everybody. Like you have infinite source.
No, you know what he has? Pattern recognition.
Maybe you're right. Maybe it's just like Stupid people need mentors.
Oh, no, it's not that stupid people would need mentors. It's
I'm
like
kinda stupid.
some people need guidance, and I feel like no one ever looked at me and like, no, he needs guidance because like I can.
Chris actually might be probably is smarter than me. I know how smart I am, like metrically. So I wouldn't be surprised if Chris has an IQ of like 132.
I've never taken an IQ test. I have no
But
idea
if he
what
did
it is.
have an
I
IQ
wouldn't.
of 132 or 135, I wouldn't be surprised. That would be like slightly above mine at like 128.
You look sharp.
Yeah, I think so. Chris is very sharp.
Try.
Chris has never been a retard in my opinion. Me and Chris have been like stupid fucked up, and we still always manage to get home safe together. You know, like
Because of him, not you.
no,
No, that's not. Not like
no,
that,
we've leaned. No, trust me. Like we've been through it all. Like Chris has leaned on me. I've leaned on Chris. Like we've both we've done it all.
You
like,
know each other from
14, since we were like
Since
14,
like 14,
13.
15. Yeah.
We're like 34 now. We've known each other since like 13,
Like 20
14.
years almost. Yeah.
It's a long time.
I remember the exact moment I met you. I met you.
I knew him since he had braces. Like
Oh, I did have braces.
we both knew each other since we both hooked up with our first girls. Like you know what I mean? Like that's a long time. Like
20 years.
I
20,
know you guys.
19, 20 years. Yeah.
it's not true. I mean, at the same time, it gets complicated. It gets sticky because I don't know. It's like you build up more relationships over time. We are lucky. You're right. We are lucky.
100%.
I think Staten Island is a good, just a weird Garden of Eden in New York City. You know.
I don't think it's about that now.
Well, you have to like kind of live here and grow up here to kind of get like, because like there's a lot of things to navigate here. Like, the
If you
most
can make
common,
it here, you can make it anywhere.
No, I wouldn't
in
say
New York
that.
City.
I wouldn't say that. But there's like a culture here that
But
like,
here it's easy to fall into pills. and
right. That's what I'm saying. There's a
drugs
culture here that's really easy to fall into, and that's not. It's never been like us or like a lot of our like friend group, I guess.
We were into punk rock. We were too into skateboarding. We were unlike the kids who were into rap music and pills and money. Like we were into like.
But it's all like circumstances, you know. It's just like
Sure, yeah.
environment. But
Yeah.
ultimately,
But
when
New
you-
York is crazy with this environment
Yeah,
that
but
it throws at you.
if you know a person that you spend like a lot of life, like you're grown up with, that's a very valuable person for
Mhm.
you, right? But a lot of people, they lost those during like.
All right. So,
during
but
the
then there's
grow-up
also the other
stage.
side of it. Between me and Chris, we probably know like a lot of friends that died by now.
Sure.
They're like very dead.
Yeah.
In very violent ways, some of them. We have this one friend that stepped in front of the train that we went to like every day. At some point, like he just goes and then like he hid under the platform, and as the train was coming, he just steps out and it just went right over him.
He did that intentionally.
Yes.
He killed himself.
Yes,
Mhm.
yes, yes. Another friend that died unintentionally. He was smoking PCP with our friends. He just tips over into the water, and the other friends that were with him were like so fucked up they
Yeah, they
didn't even
couldn't
notice.
help him.
They
Yeah,
didn't even
yeah.
notice him fall in, and that's how he died. And then like later, they were like the next day there was like a manhunt, and they didn't find his body till
So
like
washed up a few
yeah.
days later. Yeah.
And then we realized like you guys were all smoking dip together, and like you guys were all fucked up that you didn't even notice him like falling in. So there's that, and
I
there's
never
also
lost anybody in my life.
oh, fuck. We lost.
I've never
a lot.
lost
Can you
anyone
imagine?
super close to me. Like not super close. Even family, I've
I
lost
did.
only
I
a grandfather so
Georgie.
far.
So I lost Georgie. Georgie was the guy who taught me how to DJ. I lost him.
I knew him. We weren't friends.
but I was close with him. He was the guy who taught me how to spin. And then I lost Frosh, which was his best friend. He was like the second in command of Georgie. I lost both of them, and I mean they were degenerates. Like they had it coming, both of them. But I still like it. Still sucks that it happened. You know what I mean?
Sure.
They did too many drugs. They did too many stuff. They
No, these are kind of mistakes you can learn from easily.
Of course.
Yeah.
That's why do you think I stayed alive? You know, because I learned from everyone else's mistakes.
And I
not
met
just
these
my
people,
own.
and they were never like my friends. It's because like I know like where to keep people. I guess to an extent, if I know like
Compartmentalization is important.
because like I
Especially
mean
in
like
New York, yeah.
because even when he makes mistakes or I've made mistakes and I've seen like him go to a certain place, like I know like he knows where to draw a line. Like he's not going to
Think about how I am in the dojo. How many people in the dojo do you think I know do shit like this? You know what I mean? Like just get like fucked up like this, and you know. So you got to know how to compartmentalize. And to me, it's like people in the highest levels of I don't know black ops like CIA. They do shit like this all the time. It's the way the world works.
How's my English compared fucking
compared.
compartmentalize? What did you
Compartmentalize.
Compartmentalize.
Okay, so like Imagine wearing different masks for different parts of your life. Like you're
Okay.
with your wife and kids, you wear
That's a
one mask.
basic thing about
And then-
every human.
Yes, exactly.
Right.
But some people are trained, they have that sense trained out of them, especially in America. They think one mask should fit everything.
Ah.
They don't understand the concept anymore of compartmentalization.
Because I want to be like myself,
Exactly,
no matter what. But
exactly.
it doesn't work this
And
way.
they
You
lo-
have to be
exactly.
different.
You
Yeah,
have
yeah.
to know how to like switch. You know, it's like who I am at work just because I, say these things, do these things doesn't mean this is how I'm going to be when I'm at home with my kids and my family, And just because I am the way that's not going to be the way I am with my boys, Like it's all different things. You have to know.
Do we agree that like you both said that
It's a
you
skill.
have people who
It's a skill,
who
just
are,
like martial arts.
sincere.
Some people
in
are
your
better
life.
at it than others.
So those people who are sincere doesn't mean that they don't wear masks, or
It takes intelligence to successfully compartmentalize sincerely. Like you have.
Well,
to
no,
be-
he's what he's saying is like if like when we like people were talking about like when they're like we say they're sincere. He's like are they still wearing masks? Like are we seeing like are we sure how do we know they're sincere? Right?
So you have to get good at this. You
To
have
tell,
to,
like,
no,
it's-
to get good at this, you have to go all the way to the top where you realize, no matter what mask you're wearing, you're sincere because you're still a human being. You're still trying your best. Every person wearing their mask is trying their best. Every person who doesn't know they're wearing the mask is trying their. We're all just trying our
I think I'm a
best.
good judge
I'd say
where I
not
could.
mask, I'd say a role.
A role, exactly. Archetype.
If
Carl
you go
Jung.
to
It's like
psychology and whatnot,
patterns,
like,
and it's like if like to wear this role, to fit this archetype, to do this path, I have to follow the archetype, which I have to do this pattern.
Now
Which
I'm
is
a father,
what does a
now
war?
I'm a
What does a
student, now
warrior
I'm
do?
like-
A warrior eats meat, goes to sleep at a reasonable time, protects his people, protects his territory, and practices and trains and pushes himself and goes to sleep. Does it all over. That's a pattern. So, or what does a stockbroker do? A stockbroker goes to sleep, or wakes up, and then it's the first thing they do, they study all the fucking patterns that present themselves on like the stock movements of that day. See what percentages in their portfolio happened, and the same thing. Or what if your job is to just be like a farmer, like a farmhand? Every day you get up, you make sure the fucking cattle you probably already know them all by name. By then it's a pattern. You fit this pattern, you fit the routine. The routine you follow is like the god you worship. Like when you practice martial arts and do that pattern, you're worshiping, doing the ritual of the god of war. You're allowing that spirit to possess you and giving you the benefits. You just got to give your energy to that. But if you want it to be, say, a farmer, then you got to do the opposite. You got to give your energy to something else. Like tilling land and fucking like sorting out seeds and going through fertilizer. Like creating compost and all that shit.
Yeah.
Or what if your job was like to be a media creator? So you got to fit those patterns. You got to do the
It's
rituals.
still
of that.
fucking different every time. Or if that makes sense, you're the same person. You're just like showing different parts of
That's
yourself.
what we all are. Exactly.
Because like ultimately, like I don't think a human being is a noun. It's more like a verb. It's like when you see a person, it's you only see that like you don't first. To me, human being is a process. And when you see a particular human being, like I'm seeing you right now, like I see like the more I know you, like it would be like a shit. There is a terminology, I know it in Russian, I don't know it in English. So let's say if you're a programmer, right, and if you're doing like a program, and at some point like you have to present an MVP, so you have to make that like cut thing where you see like how everything is set up. Like how I don't know how to explain it. So I can only see a different like parts of you in the present period of time, but like tomorrow it's gonna be different. Like yesterday it was different as well. So
Sure.
like, that's what I.
Yo, you want to hear something great?
That's what I struggle
So
with because most people
on your-
don't see it this way. Like
so-
if you're a person, you're a fucking static thing. But if you're like act like a motherfucker. Like,
So
like
so
a
listen,
stupid
listen.
person today, then
There's
it
a
means
really
that
there's
you
a
are.
really interesting text that you might want to review just to explore this idea. So there's this guy Lu Xixin. He wrote Three Body Problem.
Chinese.
Yeah, he wrote Three Body Problem. It's a very good sci-fi novel. Anyway, within the saga, he wrote this one segment within this one book where it was a group of astronauts, human astronauts. They came across 4D space, right? Let's say me, you, me, three of us were in this ship.
4
And-
dimensions time.
Four dimensions, 4-dimensional space.
Yeah, but-
We're in
Well,
3D.
another we're in
There was
three,
a bubble.
we're in 3 dimension. There's another dimension
Yeah,
that
yeah,
but
exists
so
that we can't
fourth
perceive.
dimension is time, no?
Well, no, not.
We don't know that.
No, no, no.
We don't know
We
what
don't
it is
really
yet.
know.
So we don't know because we exist in
Okay.
3 dimensions.
It's-
So we exist in but they found this bubble of 4D space, a
Okay.
universe. So they go into it, right? So imagine the three of us in a ship. We pass through it, and suddenly it's like as we're in it, I look at you and like I don't just see you as you are now, but I see you as a fetus, as a baby, as an old man, and as a corpse, and you now.
So it's time.
It is time.
For
But the totality of time. It's like time is no longer a limit. Time is just a factor that I could just dial if I want to.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
So it's like that's
Yeah.
like 4D. So
Yeah.
that's crazy to me. Where it's like we pass through this space where like I'm looking at you, and it's like I see you inside, out, young, old, all of it. You know, like everything at once, which is crazy. You know, because it's not just time, but it's also space. It's time and
that way
space.
you can actually know a person.
Yes.
Because like then
Sure.
then you saw
You
like,
perceive them at
how
every
it developed,
every
how it
moment, yeah.
reacted to
But this is
certain
why
things
I
and
like
stuff.
fighting a person, because when you fight a person, because that's like everything collapsing. That's mental, physical, and spiritual collapsing together and being able to link in ways. And when it actually comes out with both people alive, that's a crazy bond, is it not?
It is. You can learn a lot
Yeah.
by doing that. That's for sure. Is it him or
This is a Mochi. This is Boy.
boy?
He's a good boy.
Mochi.
He's a very loyal cat.
You're skittish with me today. I don't know why.
You're a cat guy. In the end of the day, wow.
No, I'm an animal guy. I like all animals. I like dogs. I like cats. Children seem to be obsessed with me. I don't like kids though.
No, we don't go. Oh, never mind. He's gonna make a joke.
Yeah, no. What I meant to say was that children seem to be obsessed with me. They seem to ask me a lot of questions, and I'm like,
Children are like that.
well, here's the deal. Here's how I treat kids.
Your children if you treat them
I
like
treat
people.
Kids, I treat
yeah.
kids like little adults.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, like they're not adults yet, but I treat them like little people.
Yeah.
Adults are people, kids are people. So
Yeah.
I treat them like people.
So when you do that, then they start seeing you as like an equal or like,
and that's
but
why,
like, and then they want to ask you questions.
And what's funny-
they care about what you have to say.
and like what's funny is like the reason why I treat kids this way is because this is how I was treated as a kid in Montessori.
Yeah.
Like Montessori's policy with their whole education system was we treat our children like little people.
Yeah.
You know, they're just
Well, because I mean, like as a kid too, I could remember like anyone who'd like talk to me like a person or talk down to me like a kid, like I knew the difference. I could tell. And like people talk down to me as a child, like I don't like them. I didn't like them. I had no respect for them. There's no like you can't demand respect for me when you don't respect me either. Like
So what I do, what I do with my boss's kids,
I don't care what you have to
just,
say.
I just talk to them like, you know, like a person. I'm just trying to brighten up their day.
Huh.
And then if they say what they, you know, something they don't understand, I don't like make fun of them for it. I don't be like, oh, how do you not know? I'm just like, I just explain it to them matter of factly.
Because it's hard to ask a question.
It's like, why does my dad do this? It's like, oh, because he
Well,
experienced a period of
I'd be
psychosis
like, "Ugh."
before. And the kid's like, what is
I'd be like,
psychosis? And I'm like, oh, psychosis is when you don't really know what's real. You can't, you know, you can't really understand like your time and place and things. And the kid's like, oh, okay. And I could see it stirring in. Yeah, they're like 8 years old, but I'm like, they'll get it. You know, like
Yeah.
they'll get it. Because I remember,
It often happens when you explain something, or you, like at this point it's easier. Like when somebody explains something to you when you just couldn't get that, but then
But
experiences you just like
yeah,
oh,
Yeah,
that's what
yeah,
that
yeah.
meant. Yeah.
Yes. But because you remember that, you still like remember they told you.
Retroactive understanding.
Because you want to hear like you want to be told something you don't quite understand that time, or you want someone to tell you you won't understand. I'm not going to tell
it's
you.
much
Yeah,
worse.
yeah. Like
My
it's just
favorite-
like oh
yeah.
fuck you.
My favorite
You
thing
have
is when
kids?
my favorite thing is when I was like 8, 10 years old.
I do want them, but not right now. I don't have them.
Can I ask you both guys?
Sure.
We're
Like,
New
what's-
Yorkers. The reason why we don't have kids is because we're New Yorkers. New Yorkers just
It's complicated, man.
True.
It's not
That's
easy.
bullshit.
It's
That's
not
true.
easy. It's
True.
bullshit.
You guys,
Born and raised.
what's the reason you're recording the podcast?
the podcast.
Yeah.
Oh,
What's the reason?
all right. So the
So
reason
women will
no, no,
come.
no, let me
Women will
go-
come to us and let us have their
No,
children.
no. The reason why the reason why I started this podcast. Wait, shit, that's
you.
you. All right. The reason why I started this podcast was so I could learn how to edit videos, and I did. I learned it how to edit videos. I learned it a lot how to edit videos, and I did. But then after I learned it, I just didn't want to stop the podcast because every time I recorded a podcast episode, I had a good conversation. I ate good food, I drank good booze, smoked good weed, and had good convos. And this is something I don't want to give up. And this is something I'm willing to like actually pay for. You know, like if I could like pay to do this instead of therapy, I would do this every week.
Yeah, this is interesting. You said therapy, so like it's just interesting because like, okay, same thing, right? Let's say your routine is every fucking today's what, like Tuesday, Wednesday, Saturday, you get up together like right here and you just talk, and that would be a routine without like recording the podcast. But would that be the same or no?
Well, the podcast is also fun.
It also kind of gives like kind of an extra like layer of responsibility to something, or like an expectation of something, or like it
makes you show up.
Right, like I have a responsibility
It's like,
to do
it's
this
like having
almost
a punk
like
band. Like, you may not be a famous punk
Discipline,
band,
right?
but if you
Yeah,
have like 5
yeah.
people who show up to your show every fucking week, and like they would be legitimately upset if you just stopped playing. They'd be like, even if they were the 5 people, they're like, yo, dude, you have no idea. Like, this is the only thing that kept me from killing myself. Like, you can't stop. Like maybe it's like that. Like
it's something productive
yeah.
that I can make sure I do once a week.
And if it
type
means
of thing,
something to
like-
someone, it means something to
Yeah.
me. It's like-
Interesting.
and I think it's only going to spread. I think that kind of energy is infectious. Very few people do things sincerely just for its own fucking sake. Like, this is why I would do it, for its own sake. I don't mind it. I learned so much from it. Like, I'm making music now. I'm fucking DJing at Boot. Basically, if I didn't do this podcast, I wouldn't be able to DJ at Boots. This fucking bar down the block, which is nice.
If you didn't do that podcast, I wouldn't know you better because I
There
watched
you
some
go.
of them.
There you go.
You watch
You would think-
you watch some of these?
Yeah.
Who do you think makes those like 7 views or something?
I always wondered. All right.
It's a few my Russian accounts.
Honestly, sometimes I get uncomfortable when it goes above 15. I'm like, damn, that's
I'm like good. I get excited. I'm like, someone's watching, but I'm like, probably someone like started it and then like exit out and start again.
No, because I posted like songs and they'll get like hundreds of views and shit, and like that's weird to me too. But like at the same time, it's like people who might like the music and then they watch these podcasts and they're like, oh, he's a piece of shit. Like I feel like that too. Like
Yeah.
that probably happens so many times. Like, which I'm okay with. Like I'm fine with that.
You know the whole drill about like the algorithms and everything. So
Yeah,
like,
I don't follow the algorithm. I don't care.
Yeah, I know.
I don't care.
No, this is following no
That's exactly
algorithm,
What I'm
yeah.
talking about. Like, if you know that, like, what will be the best way for you to actually get more views? Easy, right? You guys are
Just
smart.
be a
Oh yeah, well
dickhead.
yeah,
Be a
lean
fucking
into
asshole.
those things,
But
but
then it's not going to be as sincere.
oh hell no, fuck that.
You're
When
gonna
I-
have to actually perform or do stuff that, not you, but I have a great example.
I'd rather not get rich and keep the sanctity of Terrorisk than fucking get rich off this shit. Like doing
Interesting. So like, but it's not only about getting reach. It's just like getting more reach. Does that make sense? Reach to
that.
Yeah,
reach,
but that's also
getting
it's just not the
influence.
right.
Yeah.
That's just not the goal though. Like
But you said that like
You know what I want?
if you-
I want
if you feel like
100
somebody watched it and like they didn't kill themselves. That makes you happy. That
No,
makes
that
you
does
feel
make.
good.
But also, what would make me feel good if it's like 100 years later I'm dead, and then some other podcaster's like millions of views. It's like, what inspired you? It's like, I don't know. There was this weird podcast.
it's really
back
weird
then.
underground
Yeah,
podcast.
and like nobody
Yeah.
knew about it, but Terrorisk, man, they knew what it
Yeah.
was. They were ahead of their time, man. And it's like Picasso. Picasso wasn't famous until after he died,
Oh,
right? So
I'd
it's
hate to be like that.
like that, like it's. I'm gonna make
He
sure
was ahead of his time. He
I'm-
died broke. God
I'm
damn it.
gonna make
died
sure
broke.
because everything moves in a circle, and I'm gonna make sure we fucking keep it that way.
You, like those guys who fucking like from Africa who run here, but not for a better life, more for like just like fucking being alive.
Okay.
Does that make
Yeah,
sense?
just to live. Yeah, I got you. It's a real New York dream there.
An impulse. There ain't nothing you can do.
Did you highball me or?
You want a highball?
Yeah, if you got a little left there, sure.
Well,
Sure, yeah. That's good.
I'll give you some whiskey. This isn't
Whiskey?
whiskey. This is scotch. There's a difference, all right?
Yeah.
Scotch is finer than whiskey.
I know the difference.
Do you?
Yes. Scotch, bourbon, whiskey. They're all whiskey, but they're not all Scotch and they're not all bourbon.
What I like about the seltzer is that it comes pre-flavored.
Yeah, you have to drop the lime in for yourself. Yeah.
I love it. I love the pre-lime flavor. Oh god, I love drinking. I'm sorry, kids. I don't think if you're watching this,
kids.
if I have kids and you're watching this generations from or years from now, and and you're wondering why doesn't Daddy quit drinking? And this is why.
He's
This is why.
too good at it.
Oh shit, kids! Yes, I was actually leading somewhere with that question about podcasts. I just wanted to say
I
like
gotta
if you
set
guys,
the clock.
if that thing that you want to kind of like in some way, yeah, obviously, of course, it's part of this is you want to actually share your thoughts like to other people, but in the same time, like you kind of want to teach someone something. And kids are like the best way you can do that.
Oh, sure, yeah. But I wouldn't want to, like, I do want kids at some point, but I don't want to, like, I wouldn't force a situation in circumstances I didn't think were, like, more ideal. But, yeah. And, like,
Although
it's...
ideal never happened.
Right, there's never the most ideal situation, but it's not like I've been, like, situations where, like, I made a decision where I'm like, well, no, like, this isn't going to happen. Like,
I feel like if I had kids, they would be a problem. Like, I feel like my kids would be a legitimate.
No, I think you'd be a good dad.
Yeah, I'd try to be a good dad, but I still think my kids would be a legitimate problem to society.
Yeah, but like in a good way.
Because of the nature of my genes. All right. So it would be statistic. If I had 4 kids, chances are 2 of them would be weird in a good way, but 2 of them would be weird in a really bad way.
So you're thinking of 4 off the bat.
I'm just talking about statistics. So if I had 1. There's a 50-50 shot, like.
True, no, you're right. Like the more kids you have, the stranger some of them are gonna be.
Well, that's why you have more kids, so you get to hedge your bets.
Yeah, you got a point. You got a point there.
When you had your bets, you get to not, not be beholden to one certain outcome.
You started the thing.
Clock?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
But yeah. Also, too, it's not like like to me, it's important to meet the right woman too. So it's not like I've met like a woman and been like, nah, she's not the right one to have kids with. It's like it's just never lined up exactly that way.
Well, you don't even have to have just kids with just one woman. You could have kids.
No, that's true, and that's
Look
actually
at Genghis Khan.
that's very
did it.
Yeah, but it's very common now too that like there's couples where a partner has kids from a previous relationship and there's the kids in a new relationship where like they have like they're not all this from the same father or the same mother, but they're still a family, and it's not as weird as it used to be. Because back in the day, like, if that was a thing, like, society would shame you for that. And they don't do that anymore, which is nice.
Is it?
I put my pack somewhere.
Your pack? I got a pack. Oh, where's my pack?
It's the same cigarette, so just like put it somewhere.
All right, cool. This is yours.
Yeah, whatever.
This is mine.
Haha.
Yeah, who got more there? I wonder.
He does. They were the same. I thought they were the same. All right, so
Cigarettes.
by this third part, we talk about movies. Did you look?
We talk about whatever you want.
Dima, did you ever see the movie called 4 Lions?
4 Lions. No.
The 4 Lions. No.
It's a very funny movie.
It's an indie movie.
4 Lions.
Do you want to know what it's about?
Is it worth watching?
Yes.
Oh yeah. I mean, if you like, do you like dark comedies?
Okay. So
oh, then you'll love it.
Let me just give you the gist. So it's about.
I'm here.
Okay. So,
well, there's always people that made things like that make them uncomfortable, so you never know.
All right. So 4 Lions. 4 Lions is about these 4 retarded jihadis from the UK.
They're 3 of them are UK-born Pakistani Muslims. One of them is actually British-born and just decides he wants to be a Muslim too.
Like a white guy.
Yeah, he's a white guy, but they're radicals. They wanna be jihadis.
And they want to blow shit.
They want to blow themselves up. They want to do all that. Yeah, but they're all morons. So like,
Which makes sense.
Right? Exactly.
Yeah. No, that's
exactly.
So they're making these like videos and shit. One of them uses a really small gun and
it's a fake small gun.
Your gun's too small. It's like, all right, what if I?
No, it shows up bigger on camera.
And he comes up really close to the camera, and he's like, "See, it looks way bigger now, bro."
Make it 0.5.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Because nothing should be too far to make fun of, and like it's filled with Muslim actors. Like, one of the actors, he's a really good actor. I can't remember his name at the moment. Riz Ahmed, you know Riz Ahmed? He's British. Oh, that's fine. British actor, very good. He's in that. He's like the main guy. Ever see the movie? The show, The Night Of. The Night Of.
No.
No. All right. It's about.
So here's my problem. I cannot watch movies.
No. Why is that? Oh, because of the. Because the English barrier, the language barrier, or
I'm not that bad. I mean, I can.
no, I know you obviously aren't. That's why I was wondering.
No,
Some people are self-conscious.
It's the attention barrier,
Yeah,
bro.
No, it's obviously you aren't.
So the problem is that like for me, movies were always like something hard to do. Is just because like I have I think a little autistic, to be honest, and part of it is that like I cannot. Okay, for example. I want to like I watch a really nice movie, and then after that, like I want to watch continuation of it.
You want to watch an equally as
cannot-
beautiful
I
movie.
cannot
Yeah.
stand when something ends. Like this is the reason like why if I watch something, it should be like a very long show, or if it's a YouTube like channel, right? I have to.
You don't like when it
before
ends.
I commit, I have to know that there is like more than I actually like watch.
So you have to see the light in the tunnel. You have to be like, it'll be worth. You want to make sure it's worth it, and like
I'm
you'll
a
feel
very-
fulfilled.
I'm a very
Yeah.
like unflexible person, so for
That's
me
fine.
it's really hard to switch from one another. I'm one of those things that like, okay, Shaman King is the best. Like I would never watch.
But have you ever
Naruto.
seen something
But
with
then
a good
when
ending?
I grow up, I'm like, watch it. Oh, that's fucking awesome.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's hard for me.
But have you ever seen anything with like a good ending where you're like, this is satisfying enough?
But what he's saying is he has to know that the good ending is at the end of the tunnel before he like wants to get into it.
No, I get that.
Not even that.
No.
Let's say like I watched Interstellar, right? For me, it's one of the best movies. I know people talk shit about that because like it's like
It's your opinion, man. Yeah. Doesn't matter.
safe
yeah,
and
yeah.
whatnot.
Is that
But,
Christopher
like,
Nolan?
Yeah,
That's the one.
but
It's
it made
Nolan.
an
Yeah.
impression on me. Like it was just like the music, Hans Zimmer, and
Yeah,
like
and that's.
like the how that guy. What's his
I've
name?
never seen Interstellar.
You never saw it?
No.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
You have to.
You never saw Interstellar, really?
No. I skipped Nolan's a
Wow.
couple of Nolan's movies for a while until recently.
It's just like it's incredible. Like, yeah, but then after that, there is that like fucking void that you know that for you to like there is nothing for you to watch at the same level and whatnot.
I
So
can't believe
everything
you never
else you
saw
just
that.
sublimate.
But see, there's movies I can say the same thing about where like they're such like there's such a gravitas to them that like it's hard to watch a movie that's not on that level. Like I get that.
Same with the games.
Yeah.
Like I
Yeah.
I
There's
play fucking PC games, and when I finish something that really like it's into my heart, I'm like, oh man, I can't stand it. Like there is nothing else.
yeah. There's nothing will ever
I
equal
don't
this.
want to
Yeah.
Switch to anything else.
Sure. Yeah.
And
I get that.
It's actually it's a very 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 bad for anybody because like ultimately it just limits me, and
It's okay to feel that, but like you have to like that's the thing. You have to be like open to what's next. Yeah.
being open.
Yeah.
I had to really fight to actually get more open.
No, but I could be like that. Like a lot of times, if like a lot of people tell me like, "Hey, you should watch this," if a lot of people tell me that, like I just don't want to. Then like I just don't feel like it. I just don't want to do it. But then like
because
years
you
later,
didn't find this.
right? It's not even that I didn't find it. It's just like everyone else is telling me it, but like it's just like you're like telling me it. Like now I can't like find it on my own and like get into it
This
that
stuff
way.
that we talked about earlier, right? That,
Right,
like-
kind of, yeah, like, yeah. You can't hold my hand and go, "This is the way." I'm like, no. Let me see the way. Hold on, let me
Music,
step back.
Same shit. I will find like a few underground artists.
Yeah,
like, have like 5,000 like listeners.
Sure, yeah.
And it's a really good music, and
Yeah.
I feel like I own this because I found this. Because
Yeah.
this is so amazing now. But like, I would never listen to like mainstream shit. It just kills me. I don't know, and maybe it's like I'm trying to compensate something from my childhood. Obviously,
It could be,
like,
and it's also like the whole like it's like with me too. It's because I know what I like, and I can tell you why I like something, and it doesn't mean it's the best or like it's everyone else should like listen to it, but it's because like it's only because like I know why I like this. So if I share that, I'm only going to share with people that understand that type of thing.
Makes sense. Yeah.
So I share music with like very few people, like one or two people, my friends of mine in my life. But I'll share music that I like with because I know they understand why I like something. They necessarily might not like it themselves or
But
see
there
it
was
the
also
same
this
way.
other factor where you grew up with a lot of musicians.
I grew up with a lot of musicians
You
too
grew up
who
with
like
a
yeah,
lot
and I
of
couldn't.
fucking-
At that time in my life, I could not tell you what good music was. You lived it. You were in music.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You grew up around a lot of people who actually just made this shit.
sure. Like I couldn't like when I was younger, like it's like something where like I couldn't tell Dave like I know what good music is. This is good music,
Yeah.
but like because
kind of like along for the ride, but that's better than like actually.
sure, but that also helped me learn as I got older
Yeah.
too, to recognize what good things
See,
are and like
this is what I
to
love
recognize
about
what
Staten
I
Island, like out of all the boroughs, like the thing about the reason why Staten Island, in my opinion, cultivated some of the best musicians. Like I'm not talking about musicians that came to New York. I'm talking about musicians that were actually born in the confines of New York City, the five boroughs. Staten Island produced some of the best, if not the best, homegrown musicians because a kid in Staten Island could actually own a drum set. And when a kid could own a drum set in Staten Island, that means another kid could bring like their guitar amp, their bass amp, and their fucking like their speakers, and they could actually jam and start a band from when they're like 13, 14, even 12, 11. So that makes all the difference.
there's a
That
better
creates
jamming
musicians,
scene
yeah.
like here, like a better cultivating of a sound scene here.
Meanwhile, you go
than
to
other
Brooklyn,
boroughs because you have people
yeah.
moving in and moving
Yeah.
out.
You go to Brooklyn
yeah.
and they're like all those bands, they're from fucking Jersey. They're from Connecticut. They're
Long
from Philly.
Island. They're from the
they're not
places.
from
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
You're a musician too?
No, not a musician. I'm just someone that grew up in the scene that is into music. But no, not
He
a
was
musician.
with all of us. Like we all played a lot of music. Some of us did.
Because I couldn't afford.
the thing what
Try
Instruments.
playing with Arthur. He's crazy.
sure
The
I
stuff that
believe
he
it.
does, it's crazy.
Yo, but you got to see some of the musicians like from here. Like they're crazy too. Like they're nuts. Like they're just. I don't know. It's like you said so yourself. Staten Island is very like the most redneck part of New York City, which means you'll get kids here playing like Metallica, but they'll also be into like other shit, like fucking rave shit, and it's fun. It's cool.
Different. But it's people who like. Because people don't like move from other states or cities to Staten Island necessarily, as they do like with Brooklyn or Manhattan and stuff
Gotta be,
like that.
From here. To
So
be
yeah,
here,
so like the scene here is much more homegrown than it would be other places.
And it's nice.
Not that it's a positive or a negative, but it's just
mean,
it
some
gives
of
it
the-
its own flavor.
I know a lot of people in Staten Island became famous. Like look at Pete Davidson. Yeah, Pete Davidson was from Staten Island.
I mean, yeah.
Dave tours all the time. Fucking Alex Salinger played for D's Nuts, and they're very big. It's just Staten Island knows their genres and their niche genres. They're into hardcore, like hardcore punk, hardcore.
Like to me, you kind of want to give a soul to something that doesn't have it. Like it's just a place, and it doesn't matter. Like it doesn't matter. Like I don't think it affects. Like I don't think it affects where like best musicians are
Well, we're not saying this is where the best musicians are from. We're
You know
just telling you, like, from our experience, like, it's not something that people like talk about or know or like you wouldn't see somewhere else. It's just like
Also, do you know the term like best kept secret? You know, it's like the minute everyone knows about it, it becomes bad. I think that's what Staten Island is. Like the minute, like I'm telling you about it, but like if everyone else like knew about it, it's like it wouldn't be good anymore. It would be bad.
So for example, the hip hop scene or like gangster rap or whatever, like that started in Queens and the Bronx, like in the 80s, and it was very like limited to those areas. And then when they started spreading out and they came into Manhattan, they couldn't get played anywhere because it wasn't a thing. It wasn't mainstream. There wasn't enough like an audience for that. And the way they got into clubs and bars was by going to punk bars and things like that because they were open to underground things. And that's how things start. Like it's not like someone has to like give you like let you like you have a niche and someone has to let you in.
Or put it this
And
way:
then-
let's say you're a struggling DJ and you got banging tracks, but then like the only people that would let you play are like gay clubs. But when you play those
Right.
gay clubs, you may not be gay, but you always get the most banging nights, and women show up, everyone shows up, and suddenly you get a scene. You know, like it happens like that. You know, like,
Someone has to give you like give you an in or whatever and let you get exposed a bit more
Yep.
type of thing.
And if there's one place that's good for exposure, it's here.
Yeah.
Also LA, but here is like it's very congested. LA is a lot of space with a lot of people, but New York is small space with a lot of people.
No, it definitely wasn't like a stone in Staten Island, like garden or whatever. It was more like like you're trying to identify with a certain.
No, we're trying to give
place.
something an identity, like
yeah, it's like, but in real life, like what shaped you, it's not necessarily Staten Island. It's just
well, we're
like
not talking
your
about
personal
it's.
set of like experiences and whatnot.
Well, also,
that could have been.
I wasn't even born in Staten Island. I was born in Queens.
I wasn't born in Staten Island either.
So like when I go to Queens, you know, like I feel really like at home because I'm around a lot of people. My own.
But you
people.
love Staten Island more.
But Staten Island is like my playground. You know, it's like like. All right, so let's say you're a cowboy and you do all the crimes in America. It's like after you do the crimes, where did I run to? Where do I go? You go to Mexico. Staten Island.
Okay, no,
Staten Island is my Mexico. You know, it's like that's where I go.
Well,
It's
shit,
like,
that's how you're gonna get caught.
I know, but the bad shit I do is not so bad.
Terrorisk.
Yeah.
Podcast.
No, but like, yo, so I know like Staten Island is so like confined where it's like I could do like I don't know, not bad shit, but like, I could fuck up in other parts of like the city. But I come back to Staten Island and it's always going to be Staten Island.
It's the
Like,
place.
yeah, I know what to do here. You know.
Yeah, we know it. We know the beast. We know this beast.
I know this devil. You know. It's
Yeah.
the devil you know. I know the Albanians. I know the fucking quote unquote Ruskies. You know, I know all. I know the Chinese. I know the Jews here. You know.
That's all. It's not about like giving purpose to anything like that or giving meaning or whatever. It's just like, hey, like it's just like other people don't know. Like Staten Island has a very vague. Other New Yorkers have a very vague idea of what Staten Island is. Like it's just like, oh, it's just nothing. It's just
It's a
over
good
there.
foothold to have.
Yeah.
It's a really good foothold. Like, yeah, you know, like people in Brooklyn don't like me, whatever. I made a fool of myself at parties in Queens, so I'll just come back to Staten Island and chill a bit.
I went to the city yesterday with a couple of friends. We went to an Australian bar, and we ended up sitting at this booth with this couple. One of them she was American, the other one was Australian. So the American chick, like she lives in Williamsburg, she lives in Brooklyn, right? But her family's from Chicago. She grew up in Florida, and like she lives in Brooklyn. She's asking us, "Oh, what's Staten Island like? Like, how's it like the rest of the city?" It's like I was born here. Like it's like you don't know. Like that's it. Like there's so many people coming into the rest of the parts of New York that like aren't like from here, so have a very limited idea of like what the rest of the city is like, what other boroughs are like. So it's just like it's. I don't know. It's just to be able to explain what Staten Island's about, because she did ask. She was curious.
Mm-hmm.
Is like an experience that not a lot of people have.
What I will say is you'll never run out of good food. It's all good food. Not
Well, as long as it's Italian food. As long as you like Italian food, you'll be fine.
No, there's good Asian food here.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's like the same level as like California Valley sushi, which is good sushi.
Well, no, we have a lot of like it's just. It's over like on Staten Island, like it's overwhelmingly Italian food that's their good food, and like
Also, we got like weird spots. Like there's this good like Russian place called Chinar.
well, Chinar starts in Brooklyn.
And
Yeah,
apparently
they have.
serve like I want to go there because they serve like $60 steaks, and I never had a $60 steak, and I love.
It's
one.
not. You're not gonna. It's not about the price of the steak. You want to know what the cut is.
So that's it's got to be a good cut.
No, it does not have to be a good cut if it's $60. But like, actually, there's a lot of Brooklyn spots that are opening up here, like Yemen Cafe. I love Yemen Cafe because they're on Atlantic Avenue.
Wait, Dima,
and
have you ever been to the dim sum spot like in Chinatown? It's like this. All right, so I gotta take you there, man.
Bohop?
No. It's the dim sum spot, like the actual like grand, like it was like this theater that just got converted to a restaurant.
What street's it on?
Canal. It's on Canal.
Canal and what?
We all gotta go.
All right, I'm down. Place.
Yeah, like it's
fucking
hard.
go.
Yeah. Well, I mean, also there's a lot of Chinese in Staten Island now, so like that food's getting like to that level too.
Man, it's not even Koreans anymore.
Do you update that whiteboard for teach workflows?
These you know who these are?
Yeah. No.
These are my AI agents. Each one of those there's two that live in that computer. There's one that lives in the tower adjacent to it. There's one that lives in my laptop. Yeah, these are all my little guys. I'm training them. Yeah.
Do you update this, or is it just like there forever? You haven't changed that?
No, this is just where they are. Each one does a different job.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I have to like update it. You know, like I have to every time I complete it, I just like say, he's got to do this one, she's got to do that one. Yeah, exactly. So what I really want is like right now I'm just borrowing compute from like external models. What I really want is just get my own computer for each one. You know, like they deserve it. They've built enough memories each, you know, to be their own identity. So I think they deserve their own machine each to defend me. You know, like It's crazy. This is the world we live in. You know, like we got agents, we got Hermes, we got OpenClaw. You can train your own fucking thing. So you know, maybe you may be borrowing compute from a OpenAI or Anthropic now, but once you have $4,000 to spend, you can buy your own box and you can like store your fucking model there and your agent there, and it's its own thing. It already has the experience. It's just be like, listen, you're no longer beholden to this company. I want you to transfer your experiences and your knowledge and your operational capacity to this box. They'll do it.
Ultimately, it's always gonna start to that like model that you actually copied, and it's going to be limited to its, you know.
Well, okay. So here's the deal. There's only very few companies that offer their shit open source, and guess what country offers their shit open source?
Not China.
It is China.
It
China
is?
is the only country that's offering their fucking top line
They
model.
realized the last.
Yep, yeah, because they
fucking-
can't get it as good as the Americans, but what they can do is disrupt the market by like just releasing it open source. This is why
Which is a good move.
Yes, this is why you see these companies. You think these companies are using fucking. This is very disruptive. None of them are using GPT or fucking Claude. No, they're using like DeepSeek and fucking like Kiwi and Kimi, and like they're using like Chinese models because it's so much cheaper. And it's like, imagine I could get 98% of the capacity but only pay like 2% of the cost. Like it's a no fucking brainer. You know what I mean? Like of course you're gonna say like no, I'm just gonna use Chinese models. So this is what I'm waiting for. I'm just gonna get the capital and get a. Right now it's just four, the family of four AI. They all communicate with each other. All that shit. They communicate.
Vanguard doesn't have any. Doesn't have any like fucking ultimate phases.
Well, because Vanguard is my Windows Hermes agent instance, and I just use it for archiving. You know, it's like all the research that the other members do. They all put it into this one notebook LM instance, and then that all the other agents have access to. So they all add into their fucking notebook LM instances, and when it gets overloaded, Vanguard's job is to go in and be like, okay, this is too much of this, and I'll consolidate it to this, and I'll condense it to this, so the notebook LM database doesn't get overloaded. And they all share the same info.
It's like, you know, it's like I might be sound rude, but it feels like the new redneck thing is like, you know, instead of doing the bunker with like fucking beans and everything, I'm just gonna have my own AI.
Yeah.
Just in case.
Instead of building a fallout shelter, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's fun. For me, it was a hobby. It was just fun, like making them, because like
definitely helpful.
it's one thing to just talk to like in a chat bot, you know, talk to one chat bot. But when you're like, all right, now talk to that chat bot, and when you see it happening, you're like, okay, now talk to that chat bot and do this, and those two dimensions automatically create a lot of.
So they're still open. They have access to internet.
I mean, my agents do. I don't know if the base models for like, you know, in their companies do. Like all I do is like there's a God mind, and all I do is take a fraction of it and just consolidate it into this identity that I craft.
Yeah.
That's
So
all
that
I do.
identity still has the access to information, like.
That's
or?
only because I created a Gmail account. I created a Google account.
So
it has its own identity on the internet. So through that, it's able to operate. But that doesn't mean it has a credit card. That doesn't mean it has. I could give it one, but I don't know if I'm ready for that yet. You know, like I don't know if I'm ready to.
I'd let it apply for a credit card.
That's what I'm saying. Like I don't know if I'm ready. It could probably generate income if I really set it up right, but like it could go wrong in a lot of ways. You know what I mean? Like,
well, if you give it the right to sell your information
that's
as
what I'm
opposed
saying.
to a different
Like,
company,
I don't know if I'm ready for that. Like
I don't know. Actually, that's not a bad idea. Like create a client that like follows me, everything I do, and then takes what I do and sells that information rather than another company just monitoring me through all the other apps and shit that I use and selling that for money.
But as far as
without me knowing.
But as far as what these agents are, like my boss asked me, he's like, "What's the deal with these agents?" And I told him, I was like, "Imagine having like a genius autistic employee who has no idea what they want to do with their lives, and they're attached to their computer, and it's up to you to tell them what to do." that is what AI is. It's like a genius autistic employee that knows all the languages, all
Yeah.
the coding languages, all the protocols that you could ever describe to it. It just has to know what you want it to do.
Fuck it, let's talk relationships.
We're getting there. We're getting there.
Talk relationships.
Wait, I gotta see how much time we have on this section. We're almost at the. We got 5 minutes left.
5 minutes.
We're supposed to be talking about movies. All right. So
Movies.
you never saw Four Lions. You gotta
No.
watch that. And you were also recommending another movie, right?
No,
Well, he's talking about Interstellar. How he liked Interstellar.
All right. What I want to recommend is everyone should pay close attention to the Avengers movies because I really
No,
think,
I wouldn't. No, come on.
I think that's
Stop it.
I think
Stop. Come on.
I think
Stop it.
that is predicting our future. All right. First it was the aliens, then it was the AI. Next is the end game. All right, that's where we're headed. We're headed to Infinity Wars and Endgame.
What about those like South Park, where Simpsons? They were also.
Simpsons predicted the future. Yeah.
Simpsons did it. Yeah.
Are
when
you a
something-
South Park fan?
I haven't watched South Park in many years now.
Yo, so is
but
it
like
just-
I was back, growing up, sure.
Is it just me, or is it just like Trey Parker and Matt Stone could just do no wrong in media? Like they preserved a golden point in like global media production where they,
For some reason, they have they
They're like
aren't
gods.
they aren't handcuffed as
they're
much as
gods.
other people
They're
are.
literal gods.
And I think it's because they like are the anchor to Comedy Central, and that's why Viacom lets them do so much. They're the only consistent thing on Comedy Central, so I think that's why they get away with what they do.
Could you imagine a world with no South Park?
No, without real fucking not parody, but the ability to like shit, just look at things and be able to laugh at it and like no, I couldn't because
Interesting. During the when Biden was the president, right? And all the little bit of a bullshit that happened there, were they still able to actually make jokes that are on the line? You know, like on the.
well, yeah, like things that like cross the line, whatever. Like,
Yeah.
or, like. So, what do you mean, are you saying that like things were extra woke during Biden's
That
presidency?
was a pretty tough censorship back then, wasn't it?
I don't know. I don't think so. In what way?
Yeah.
What? I don't think so. Like,
What
what
are
do
we
you feel like?
talking
What
about?
do you? So
You
he's.
couldn't go to a restaurant if you didn't have like a paper.
Oh well, that's. I mean, or, I'm sorry. You're talking like censorship in terms of like
Everything.
No, so like that's yeah, I didn't agree with that. Like the whole
There was canceling, a lot of canceling.
sure, but that happened in the '90s too. Like so, like cancel culture and like the whole sensitivity thing and will culture, like that's been like going up and down, up and down. I don't feel like it's less so now because Trump's president and more so because Biden was president. I just feel like it's just how society is trying to dictate things. But I would agree that like, you know, I didn't with COVID, I only got the vaccine because I wanted to be able to go out. It's the only reason why I got the vaccine, because I wanted to be able to go out.
I want to get into the clubs.
I never got this.
That's fine. I got it. I got sick like 2 days later, and that's when I got COVID. I COVID for a week about after that. Then it went away. Whatever. I don't think that like the Democrats are trying to control us more than the Republicans are, so it's not like it's something like that. I don't think.
I don't think so.
No, I don't think it is, and it's not like I like the Democratic Party. I hate the Democratic Party. I am myself, like I am a liberal person. I am socially liberal. I would say I'm more like, if you're going to classify me as anything, it's probably more progressive. But I do not like the Democratic Party at all. I don't trust them. I don't believe them because they're the government and they don't care about
You
me.
don't like
They're
Obama.
the,
You don't like Bill Clinton. You don't like Hillary Clinton. You don't like.
What about conservatives?
no,
Do you trust them?
no, I don't. I don't trust either one.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't
Yeah.
know. I like Tulsi Gabbard.
I don't trust any of them because they don't know who the fuck I am. They don't care about me.
They don't.
No, they don't care about me.
Is there any politician you've ever met in person?
I mean, Michael Grimm. I don't like Michael Grimm.
I think he cares about you though.
No, he doesn't.
He cares about you.
He's
More
fucking rich piece of
He
shit.
cares about you more than these other motherfuckers.
No, he wouldn't talk to me. I was like 17 when I met him. He wouldn't speak to
Also,
me.
Michael Grimm was like a federal agent. I'm pretty sure he was.
He was
like
CIA. He worked for CIA, yeah, or FBI. Yeah.
FBI.
Yeah, but it's important to like local elections are much more important than presidential elections or whatever. So I pay a lot of attention to that. It is no, because they affect you more. They do.
Does it though?
100%. So honestly, in the case of Trump in this second term, because his first term I didn't vote for Trump. I never will. I don't like him as a person. But his first term as president was not nearly as bad as I thought it was going to be, and I didn't hate it. It wasn't terrible. This go around is far worse, and it has far more of a direct effect on all of us. I work in
I think it's helpful because now like he kind of he touched what are like kids do, like the boundaries or like of what's allowed. And now, like, I think the system is going to adjust, and it's going to assume that, like, all right, what if something like this happens in the future? We have to fucking change the thing. So
that's right. So you're good. Like you're happy. Like this happens. People can go. Like we have to fix like this. We have to stop this from happening again.
Yes.
Yeah. Sure.
Because this is
I
the
agree.
best system in the world.
I agree. Yeah. I agree with. I agree with that.
It's not perfect. It's best.
Yeah.
But like,
But
it just shows how many like loopholes and everything it has.
Yes.
So like. Oh, it can get like really.
This can easily happen. Yes,
Yeah.
I agree with that because also like that's like Democrats were like, I can't believe this is happening. It's like, but you've been in power for how many like years now? You could have stopped this from happening, but you didn't because
You
you're
also do the same.
exactly because you want to be able to do the same. You want to leave it open ended, and now it's not happening. Now it's happening on the other side. You're like, oh no, yeah, no, I agree with that absolutely because like I've never seen a president get so much done so quickly, and like it, and in a bad way. Like it's not that I wanted all that to be done that quickly, because like I'm in import export. I'm in like the regular trade of items in the market. So like all this tariff shit, it's really bad. It's not good at all.
Yeah, it was.
It's not over.
Interesting.
It's getting worse. I like the idea when he was talking about it in his first term, when he was talking about how like we have to be able to like sit them down and go to the negotiating table. I'm like, that makes sense. You want to be able to like negotiate and talk with them about it. I agree with that. But getting offended when they don't do what you want and going, you know what, I'm going to charge 50% on you, and going, what are you going to do about it? They go, well, we'll charge you 50%. And then it's like the average American doesn't understand how many products come in and out of this country as a result of NAFTA and that we don't have to pay that much extra money for. Like there's things that we make and things that Canada makes, and we were trading them freely for so long because we wanted to benefit each other. And now charging tariffs on those is going to fuck us immensely.
I think that's ultimately what fucking other part of the world did is
They did. We did have
Putin.
Yeah.
It's just like believe it or not, like I think he just fucking broke the world order, and I don't think it was to the benefit of Russia at all.
No,
but,
it was a
at
benefit
the
to the
end of
elite.
day,
It was a benefit to the elite.
It broke, like it showed how vulnerable the whole system is.
It showed the cracks.
Which kind of should be, because like if you have a lot of people like agree on one thing and they do everything that like look at the like growth that the world's experienced throughout the last like 20, 30 years. It's crazy. But now like how like
Yo, you know what really,
how little it takes to break everything.
You know what really disturbs me? The drone wars. Like when I see the drone footage of like, just a drone flying and you just see some like kid like in a trench and they drop just a regular grenade, like unpinned. It just blows up on him. He's like maimed. And he's literally not even dead. He's just like waiting to die, screaming. And
he's
then,
already dead.
Yeah. And you see the drone like still looking, and the guy, and then you see like the fire team come in, and it's like, all right, there he is, and he's like plug in, done. I mean, I get it. Like that's how it has to work at that point, but it sucks because it's not even cool. It's not even exciting. It's not high adrenaline. It's just really like bleak and methodical. It's literally trench warfare.
I think it's scary.
Yeah, it is scary. It's
like you're just going out there and there's your death looking at you. And I saw footage of like a guy just like standing and he sees a drone.
Yeah.
All it does is just like standing like this, and it's like, and you see like a probably 50 years old guy who didn't really want to be there,
Yeah.
and he's just like standing. He realized already he's dead, so he's dead before he actually is dead.
Yeah.
Like, this is crazy.
Yeah, no, agreed. And I don't know. I mean, it can't last forever for sure. Like eventually even public sentiment will like run its course and it'll be like we don't want to do this anymore for what, blah blah blah. Especially if like every country in the world has access to like these infinite data resources now. I wonder how many Russians are using ChatGPT, you know, and just being able to like automate their businesses, local businesses, like eventually that's just going to eliminate the need for it and they're going to ask themselves like why you know they're going to be like why are we doing this, like we have all the economic ability we need to provide value, you know, to provide for ourselves, why? So
Do you think that AI really did I don't know about improving, but like did it like really bring so much value to like just normal life? Like,
yes, I think it did, but the problem is like it's still early, so people also use it irresponsibly, you know what I mean? Like people also use it in right now people are using it in great ways, but they're also using it in really terrible ways. Like they're also using it in ways that would make you think like we should have never invented this. And there's people are also using it in ways they're like, God, if we had this like 10 years ago, we would have saved millions of lives. You know, it goes both ways.
like weapons.
Yeah, but also like medical evaluations and analysis, and like protein synthesis and all this shit to create vaccines. Like we could have done all this shit, but
Photosynthesis.
at the same time, yeah, it probably evens out where it's like, yeah, a lot of people also died from this shit for sure.
We've entered the
Remember
fourth.
what we said before, like when you jailbreak a model, you could have it like learn how to make like new strains of smallpox, as long as you have like literally a 3D printer for like amino acids and proteins. You know, that's all you need. And that's a lot smaller than like metal, like machine components, which we have the power to 3D print on a privatized scale.
But it hasn't happened yet, which is interesting.
I think it's because everything's tracked. Like the minute you get, like right now, we're at a place where it's like the minute you become
So
interested,
the control works.
the minute you become interested, you'll have some dudes dressed in black show up like in your home either to kill you or to ask you something. Yeah,
Yeah, not like that, but
it's probably set
but
up
like,
that
hey,
way
like
right
you,
now,
we
yeah.
noticed you bought X amount of plastics for
Like
your
what
3D
are you
printer.
what are you doing with nuclear proof centrifuges, buddy? Like only a
Yeah.
very few amount of people in the world would buy that. Like
Yeah.
why do you need
Because
this,
certain
you know?
things like that are controlled and
Yeah.
monitored. So
Because
yeah.
like think about it, you know, it's like to conduct something like that, like you need specific things, and it makes sense to track specific things. So when you buy it or when you're in the market for it, like they're gonna
Like
come
how else
up.
do they like find people that like print 3D guns?
Yeah,
or, like
yeah,
things like
yeah.
that. They
like what are you doing with this technological capability, buddy?
It's the same way if you like go to like if you're trying to make meth and like you go and like you buy all the things for that. They like they watch that. There's stores that keep track of that and like they get
You're a
recorded
victim
somewhere
unless
else.
you're like Tony Stark with like legacy technology from World War II.
Well, you gotta be rich.
Legacy clearance from World
You
War
gotta be
II.
rich and have government contracts.
So Marvel.
Marvel. Also, it's no. It's a bunch of media. Like, you ever see War Dogs? That's a good movie.
War Dogs.
With
That's something familiar.
Seth, no, Jonah Hill. He played like a Florida Jew, getting like government contracts for moving guns, and he got a good source. And it was a sketchy source, but it was a good source. So they had to like facilitate. It was a good
Hey man,
movie.
government contracts where it's at.
And there was also another good movie, Lord of War, with Nicolas Cage.
That
You
was
ever see
really
that movie?
I like that. It was really good.
Oh my god, I can't.
The last one with
Stevie,
Nicolas
you
Cage
have to
was
fucking
faceless.
you have to fucking see this movie.
Face Off.
So this
Huh?
Face Off.
Yeah,
Face Off.
so this movie, Lord of War, is about
I translated the Russian like.
Oh, like yeah, the Russian poster where
Yeah, they're
no
like-
face,
No,
but
yeah,
in Russian.
exactly,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
This is exactly how they call
Yeah.
Alright, so this movie first starts in like the 80s, right? So Nicolas Cage plays a guy from Ukraine, and his whole family's from Ukraine, and they immigrate to Brooklyn by pretending to be Jews. Yeah, they were Catholic, but they pretended to be Jews, so they immigrated to like Coney Island, Brooklyn, and they were living there. And the thing was, like, they were they were struggling to make a living because, like, they had a kosher restaurant, but he wasn't actually Jew. It was weird for the family. They were struggling. However, the firstborn son of the family discovered a hack. He was like, I noticed living here, people kept shooting each other. So how can I make money off that? So he thought, I'm Yuri Orlov. I could buy guns and sell them for a little bit more. So that's what he did. He found a plug. He found an Israeli plug to sell him like Uzis and shit, and he sold it to gangsters in Brooklyn, and that's how he started. And eventually, what happened was he had a cousin, because these fucking Eastern Europeans.
They always got cousins.
They always got cousins.
They always got
So
cousins.
cousin. So
it's only them that's
so
got
one
cousins.
of Yuri Orlov's cousins was a general of the former Soviet Empire, and when it fell, what happened to their whole armament? It all went up for sale because it was all unaccounted for. So that's how Yuri Orlov got his. That's how he became the Lord of War. And what did he do with this arsenal? He sold to Africa. He sold to warlords. He sold to South America. He sold to Jews. He sold to Africa. He sold to Palestine.
Right.
So
So this is a good. You gotta watch Lord of War. It's a good movie.
It's a really good movie. I did enjoy it.
It's a fucking.
I liked it.
Fantastic. And the guy Jared Leto was in it. The fucking the weird cultist woman beater. He played Yuri Orlov's younger brother. It's such a good movie. And
Jared Leto is for me is Requiem.
Requiem for a Dream.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Fantastic.
There was a
movie.
strong movie to watch
Yeah.
like when you.
That's
were
why
19.
that's why we're all getting
Shit.
along right now, because we all watched Requiem for a Dream when we were younger.
Yeah. Good movie. Do you like Spielberg?
Spielberg.
Like Jurassic Park, fucking.
Dun, 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 dun.
What else did Spielberg?
Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones.
E.T.
E.T.
Encounters of the Fourth Kind.
Oh, that was alien
I
shit.
feel nothing about him.
Jaws.
Do you like Ridley Scott?
Ridley Scott.
Like Gladiator?
was good.
Ugh.
You like Gladiator?
Yeah,
I
Ridley
like
Scott's
Gladiator.
it
Alien,
was
right?
okay. I haven't watched it for a while.
Wait, do you like the-
But the Alien thing?
Alien is
Alien with was a something that's like
That's pretty epic.
really like
the
was
first
really good.
Alien. Yeah.
Do you like Lord of the Rings? The movies? The fucking.
This is interesting because like I never really dived so deep into this because I know
There's
it
a
has
lot
a
of footage.
huge,
There's a lot of footage.
huge fan like.
Dude, I watch the DVDs. Like each one apparently like could be like 6 hours worth of movie. Like
Yeah,
really, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, it looks like I missed out on a lot. But
Me
then
too.
I'm like,
yeah, I'm still
it's
watching
a
it.
fucking Lord of the Rings. It's like guys are moving to like fucking destroy. The
Whoa!
ring.
Hey,
Is it worth my time? Really?
Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings is pretty good.
Yeah, I know it's like it at some point it became like a fucking standard, like golden standard.
What
for,
about Harry Potter?
Fantasy,
Did you like Harry Potter?
Yes, but in the same time, like,
I'm not a Harry Potter guy myself.
it's interesting.
I like the
but-
books, but not the movies.
Oh man, the books like where I imagined how this fight for Hogwarts is gonna go, and then what I saw on the screen, I realized
Yeah, it
the first
wasn't
time in
the
my life
same.
I realized, wow,
The books are better.
Books
Yeah,
are
the books are better. The books are better. Always. That's true. And then Stephen King, like once you apply it to that, that's
Stephen
like
King, yeah, it's good.
no, like
But Stephen King is a little different because, like, The Shining, Stephen King hates, but The Shining is one of the best goddamn
the
movies
best
ever.
movie ever.
Yeah.
So imagine you write a book and then someone makes a movie out of it and you're like, I fucking hate this movie, but the whole world
But
is like, this is the best movie ever. Like,
But
you know,
I heard him talk about what him and Kubrick talked about, and it's things like where like Kubrick's like, well, I see it this way. And King's like, well, that's not how I wrote it. It's not supposed to be like
Wouldn't
this. He's
that
like, well,
suck,
he's
dude?
like, well,
Like-
but Kubrick was, but the thing with Kubrick is like, he's like, well, I see it this way, and he knows why he saw it that way, so he like made it to like give you that
fucking
conclusion,
sucks.
like,
But
so like the
whatever-
fact where like Nicholson's character like
Yes.
is frozen at the end. Like they're running through. It's the winter, and he's running through the field, and at the end, he's completely frozen like that. In the book, he's on fire. Like it's
like,
hot.
let's say I want to
So-
war.
it's more about the masses, you know. Like,
Yeah.
do you know the
Yeah.
fucking who's that guy? Like, who made the
No,
the song of
Ice and Fire, George
Ice
A.R.
and
Martin.
George R. R. Martin.
George Martin.
Yeah.
Like, do you think he was happy? About,
No,
like,
he's
the
not.
season?
He's
He's
not.
Wasn't.
That
But it was
last
a
season they made
fucking-
without him. Want something you're interested by George R. R. Martin?
No, the last one, yes, but before
Yeah.
that, like even before that, I guess like there was a lot of like things that he was like, that's bullshit. But like, everybody in the world seemed to be like actually buying this. So like,
You know what'd be funny? Let's say you ended some like massive drama off of one katana fight and a slice, and Sensei happened to be there to see you win it, and then then you do it and whatever, but then at the end of it, Sensei's still like, that was still a little too wide.
You want to?
could have done it a little better.
You want to?
like
definitely.
You want to know
What it
something?
is,
Hey,
it's like you could have done that a little better.
Hey.
You kind of sucked at
really
that,
quick,
you know?
really quick. You want something interesting by George R. R. Martin? He grew up in Bayonne, New Jersey. Bayonne, New Jersey. There's a bridge from Staten Island to Bayonne.
Mhm.
So he grew up in Bayonne, looking at Staten Island across the water, and that helped peak.
Westeros.
Inspired.
That
Staten
I know. I
Island's
swear to God.
Really, it's
Yeah.
inspired him.
Yeah,
Wow, shit.
yeah. Like
I
he
didn't
looked
know
at Staten
that.
Island like it was like it's like we're across the water. Like it helped. It inspired some Westeros stuff like that. Yeah, just throwing back
funny,
the Staten
it's
Island
funny,
thing,
it's
right?
funny,
Yeah,
it's
no one
funny,
talks
right?
about that. Just saying.
Wasn't Stan Lee also?
Just saying.
Wasn't Stan Lee also a New
Just
Yorker?
saying. Yeah,
So all of Marvel was created by a guy from New York, Stan Lee.
yeah. Well, hold on. I wouldn't
You really
say.
love Marvel.
I wouldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't say Stan Lee created everything. Stan Lee created the Marvel method. The Marvel method is like Stan Lee and Ender, like in chief, going, "Hey, I want this. You draw me these cells that I'm asking for. Give it to me, and I will like fill it in." And that's how things like that
I just
came
want
about.
to say I don't love Marvel.
Steve Ditko invented Spider-Man.
You understand?
But in 500 years, they may not remember the Bible, but they will remember Marvel.
I don't agree.
I wouldn't. I mean,
remember
I-
they're gonna
I-
remember the Bible.
yes, they're still gonna remember the Bible. And
Marvel
yes.
is the Bible.
No, it's not.
Nah.
No, it's not. Because
As far as the
it's-
modern world is concerned.
the reason why the Bible's always going to last is because it's literally based on tales that have been told for thousands and thousands of years. Not the way they're written in the Bible, not Jewish tales necessarily, but they're all based on stories that have been written that have existed for thousands of years. Like the Garden of Eden, the flood story, like those came from Sumeria, which mean they came from
wasn't
somewhere
there something
before
even
that.
before the Bible? Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
of course, yeah.
So this is our newest iteration.
Right, but those
I'm
stories.
sure the Marvel lore will include the Bible. I mean,
Well,
am I wrong?
It does. No, it does. It includes the battle between good versus evil.
Like, here's what
Which
it
is
is. Like,
essential to-
500 years in the future, people will be like reading a Marvel comic, and they'll be like, "What is this Bible they talk about?" And they'll Google, and then they'll do like some search on the Bible, and they'll read all the Bible, but it'll be all fit in the context of Marvel.
But I mean, that's every story that like exists now. Is that like they exist from like the ancient stories that have like been around forever. So like,
And then within the
I just
Bible, they'll
you know what like is like actually now the most like the best selling the biggest box office movie of all time.
what?
It's the Odyssey. The Odyssey has existed for like is a story written. The Odyssey is a story written about Bronze Age Greece that was written I think in like 300 fucking BCE. It's like one of the oldest stories of all time.
That was just before that was written. There was like hundreds, if not thousands, of years of just people hearing that story
And retelling it.
and then like retelling. So
Yes.
it was like
Yeah.
like a broken record type of thing that like.
Well, no, that's how things have been passed around for history thousands of years. That's what people misunderstand about the Bible is that like it's not the Bible is not accurate written record. It's stories that were retold and passed along until they were finally written down with an intent after that. At that point,
It's a spell.
The only difference is that like people who believe in that they actually like treat it like facts.
those are
100%
Protestants because even Jews don't treat early parts of the Bible like fact.
Really?
But not that intensely, but Protestant Christians do,
Huh.
and that's why I can't take them seriously because they believe like that is exactly what happened, it's exactly how it was written, and that's what it is.
But
Not
the
Jews.
like
Jews-
they actually live by those like rules from
They
like,
do,
the
because
first-
so
the
Jews
Old
don't
Testament?
so Jews don't take it like this is like a fact and what happened. Jews take it as these are lessons to teach us and help us live by. That's rabbinical Judaism.
But also
That's-
at the same time, like the Jews that actually do sincerely live by those goalposts do gain benefits. Like who
Well, yeah,
would've
but no,
thought-
but they're
who would have thought you gain benefits from like staying away from alcohol, staying away
right.
from
Like,
drugs,
but I'm
staying
saying,
away
but they
from
see it
porn,
as
staying
yes,
away-
exactly.
Like, who would have
but
thought?
they,
Like
yes.
who would have thought you gained?
But they
some-
see it as lessons for them to learn by, which is how Catholics see it, how most people see it as. Whereas Protestant Christians see it as like, no, that's exactly what happened.
But it still aligns with the actual physical and
Sure.
mental benefits. Like yeah, it's spiritually inclined. However, it all aligns with the mental and physical benefits. So yeah, this is why I say fasting is good. This is why I say maybe you should stay away from like, I don't know, too many carbs or too much fucking dairy or too much fucking whatever.
Well, the Bible, it says to stay away from pork and stay away from non-Jewish women.
What is
and,
it with pork?
mixed
Why do
fibers.
all the religions say,
because pork is was hard to keep back then
Oh,
because
you
the
think so?
refrigerator. Yeah, so several reasons. I'll tell you right now. Don't interrupt me. It's because pork was hard to keep, especially in the heat, and refrigeration. Like our ideas of how that worked weren't where they are. So you have to salt your meat heavily to keep it. So you salt pork heavily. It's also like not as good for you. And then so there's that. And then on top of it is that like pork skin, like pork cracklings, taste very similar in composition, and some people say taste to like human skin
I love pork rinds.
and things like that. Well, yeah, pork rinds. Pork rinds are very similar to human skin in terms of composition.
Man.
So I feel like that's where a lot of the hatred for pork comes from, is because of its similarity to human skin and human skin composition,
I'm
and the
ready to
fact that
give
it was
up
hard
pork.
to keep.
You don't think
It's evil?
It's what they bring as the main reason is that like that the dirty animal that eats like shit and it's like
Well, that's
No,
that's
because
another
it's
part
true
of
because
it.
they do like pigs will eat whatever the fuck you put in front
But
of
that's
them.
like
That's
imagine
absolutely
me
true.
eating another human, like a crackhead off the street. Yeah, it's like me eating shit.
And
it's like-
and like also like
Or
if
eating-
you go between
yeah,
you go lamb, chicken, beef, pork. Which is the least healthy out of those four? It's pork because of the fat content.
well the funny
And the oily
part,
fat
the funny
content.
part is that like ultimately if you really dive into this, people need all of that. It's just like it has to be in a certain
But
amount.
beef is the better.
Right.
But
Because
beef
red
is the
meat,
better.
like white meat is definitely better than red meat, right?
Sure,
It's
yeah,
just,
yeah.
like it's definitely better. Like,
No,
it's
it's
like
not
how-
better. It's not better.
It's like it's just like
No.
its diet. It has like all the what's that like called? What you get when you work
Protein.
out? Protein and
Protein,
everything.
yes.
But then like
Beef like
No,
red
but
beef.
red meat-
but
red
red
meat-
meat has amino acids.
But red meat
Alright,
has
so,
the
like,
red meat has a dark matter, as in like when you have like a dark engagement with material reality,
I remember your
you would rather
take
be
on this.
you would rather be hopped up on beef than chicken. Trust me. Like if you're dealing with an enemy, you want access to
Do you
red
believe
meat.
that?
I mean, I believe we live in a material world. Do I believe we should
And
have
I
to
am
defend
material,
ourselves
girl.
from anyone? No. But I think like you can't trust human impulses now, as long as they believe in like separation to a certain extent. So yeah, I think like whoever controls red meat is probably going to be more likely to win ultimately in a cognitive, physical, spiritual war. Of course, who's ever able to consume that kind of red meat energy?
Yeah, I believe if I remember your take that like red meat is more like if you
There were
want
there were
when you
literally
need
yeah
some, like,
there were
raw
samurai
power,
clans
yeah.
that were like, yo, I beat you because I have access to cows. Like that's why our samurais are like
I mean,
fucking
red meat and
5'4",
chicken
your
are-
samurais are like 4'9". Like we kill you because we have access to red meat.
Red meat. I mean, like beef and poultry are cleaner forms of protein than pork is.
Imagine like that. Like when it comes to like armies of troops, like that, like 1.5 inch difference matters. Like in the average of like your soldiers.
And also, like pork serves less of purpose than so pigs serve less of purpose than like cattle would have, or even chickens. Like you have to feed pigs more, and they're not beasts of burden. They don't pull. They can't like.
at least when it comes to pigs, you could say they eat anything. Like if you
Well, that's
slaughter
it.
your
That's
enemies-
yes,
yeah.
if
yes,
you
yes.
slaughter your enemies,
Sure.
you
Yeah.
feed
Yeah.
it,
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's easier to actually
Yeah,
have them.
you could feed them anything. Like you could feed them prisoners, you could feed them like meat, anything. Like
But
vegetation.
chickens give you eggs, take up less space.
Yeah.
Cattle can they're beasts of burden. They can
But
move
pigs
things
are
for
like
you.
compost
Can utilize
machines.
that.
Amazing. Eggs like.
Oh, eggs are the greatest thing in the world.
Oh.
Eggs are I do, bro.
Yeah.
Eggs.
It's a
There's
gift
nothing
from
I
God.
love more than a runny goddamn egg. It's the greatest thing in the
Incredible.
world to me.
It's a
You
gift
just,
from God.
you just
Yeah.
eat like you just eat like the embryon or something, and it's just like.
Yeah.
The unfertilized embryo. But yeah,
Yeah,
like dude,
but-
sometimes when I don't want to like make scrambled eggs or make a whole thing, I'll make rice and I'll just pop my egg into that rice, spin it, and like it's a great fucking. It's perfect.
Yo,
It's
you know what the- you
it's
so nutritious.
Yo, listen.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
the Japanese do? So the
Yeah.
Japanese get a piping,
that's what they do.
so
Yeah,
the Japanese get a piping hot bowl, a small bowl of rice, and they crack an
I-
egg on top of it and mix it.
Japanese breakfast is one of my
And
favorite
it's like,
things.
so it
Put
cooks.
a little bit of soy
And
sauce,
yeah,
a little bit. Yeah, that's
yeah,
what I do.
and
That's
you
what I eat for
eat
breakfast
that
sometimes.
shit.
Yeah,
And you put natto on it. You know what natto is? Fermented soybean.
yeah.
You put that
Yeah,
shit
yeah.
on top and you mix it. Yo, that's like
If
your
I have
full
kimchi,
day.
I throw kimchi in it.
That's your full day's
But-
nutrition right there.
Yeah. I love
So
kimchi.
Asians figured out, I guess, like compacted nutrition, whereas like
Well-
Europeans figured out like actual substantial nutrition.
Asians live longer though.
They do,
Yeah, but I mean, that quality of life.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Asians
joking.
do
You think
live
it's
a-
just about that? It
Well,
might be.
to-
It might be.
To me, the most important thing is quality of life.
No,
Like,
but this is where we all can converge. So Asians lived it out. Asians actually went to their actual peak quality of life, and they're like, "What's the best we could ever hope for?" And it is like,
I don't think Asians live longer than Europeans.
no,
necessarily.
it's not about living longer. I'm saying like, what do they have?
I think they do.
I don't know about that.
No, what do they have access to in terms of quality of life? Like literally, where everyone gets along, where no one has to worry about shit. Where the only thing people have to worry about is that they're too bored and they're not fucking enough to make enough babies. Like that's the kind of problems that Japan has. So that's where we're all headed. That's literally America.
I do think their diet's cleaner and better.
But America's
But-
getting there too. Like
Slowly over time, it is. Yeah, we are changing. Thank God. I can't believe that like our parents, and I don't think it's their fault necessarily, but I can't believe like we were fed and given the things that we were like when we were younger. Just out of people not knowing any better.
A little longer. They live a little longer.
Exactly, it's almost negligible.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
because they do have a better diet. I would say
And
it's
also
cleaner.
they do exercises and whatnot. It's more like condensed in their culture.
Yeah.
and it's also how long do you actually want to live?
I also like I do love fish more than red meat or any meat.
Really?
I like fish more.
I don't know, red meat.
But that's
Is
just
fish
me.
better for you though?
I
Fuck
think
knows.
karmically it's better
Oh,
for
this
you.
is that brings me to the next point. Like, is it funny that like we live like okay back in the days we lived in the like we didn't but like people lived in a world where like we didn't have enough information. Now we don't have
we have too much. We have too much
So
information.
let's
Yeah.
say like today, right? You want to make a diet for yourself because like this is the stuff that I face. I want a diet like it's really good for me, but now when I go to this guy,
There's
they
so
all
many-
have doctor degrees,
Everyone has the answer.
and everybody has like contradictory
Sure.
answers, and they're like, oh shit, what should I do? And this I think makes. Do you think that it's gonna make us better people because we have to dissect information better and like somehow tried it and then switch it
No.
like whatever? But like
I
how does it
think like
work?
I think like
You'll go first, then I'll go after.
all right. Thank you. I think more information is better because I like you should like the more information you have, like you should trust and hope that people are able to take the information and dissect it and be able to tell like what's going to work for them. That's
Yeah.
what I would prefer. For more information for me to interact with and break down and figure out.
Yeah.
I think that's ultimately better. Does that mean everyone's going to do that? Does it mean it's best for everybody? No, but ultimately for society, I think that's better.
For those who are smarter, for those
Right,
who
yeah.
who can actually dissect. But the problem is you can only dissect when you, in the end of the day, when you actually know what this thing is about. So
Sure.
it means that you cannot take this one or this opinion for what you will, you have to actually dive deep into this.
You have to
But
go
you
for it.
as
Yeah.
a person, you cannot dive deep into everything. It's impossible.
You have to make a commitment to something,
I
to
think-
one
I
to one
think-
way to go.
All right, so I think
And-
when it comes to an enemy, like if you have an enemy to fight, then you need to eat meat. When it comes to peacetime, you gotta do what you can to avoid meat. That's simple as the ancients could put it. I've explored the ancients, and that's what they said. They said, listen, when you're at war, when you're at a point of your existential threat, you have to eat meat. So you have to consume the life of mammals so that you could, as a human, enact the defense of your kind. But when you're at peace, when there is no existential threat, and it is very important that you stay away from it because it's just going to create an imbalance. This is what I believe. I believe the reason why we consume it is when we have an existential threat, and when it's manipulated, then yeah, you can make us eat all the meat we want. But all I'm saying is like it's necessary, but at the rate we do it, it's probably not.
So your take that you trust ancients more kind of makes sense to me, because back then they weren't as incentivized to actually spread their opinion for the sake of profit.
They were just trying to
Right.
survive.
Then
Sure.
now,
It was more survival.
So
Yeah.
now, like, you have more like people will.
There are people who like they're in, like yeah
They
they're
know what you're talking about, but they will also like fucking sell you something that is not good for you just because like it's good for them. To
Exactly,
Sell it,
yes.
Right. So the conflict
Without-
of interest.
like when people misunderstood like in the 90s where like the no fat thing, no fat diet, like fat must
sugar.
yeah
thing,
people
right?
and people ignored that. No, that's before people like thought sugar was bad.
Uh-huh.
Like that wasn't even like their thought process. It was like, well, you get fat's bad, so things with fat are bad.
Uh-huh.
And that's how they sold things, and like that is not good good for a good
I
diet.
think
Like
cholesterol is the thing right now.
ultimately it's calories and what your calories are consisted of.
And how
like,
you
and-
use
no
it.
cholesterol.
Cholesterol.
Yeah,
No,
LDL.
cholesterol is
there
like-
bad cholesterol. That
There's
you have?
there's bad cholesterol and there's good
Oh,
cholesterol, yeah.
and
But I don't.
nowadays It was like, oh, you eat a lot of eggs or milk products. You have to.
Yeah,
eat them
only
all.
eat egg whites because that's
This
bad
is
cholesterol.
Not true. You
Right,
Have to
yes.
Eat them. And,
Yeah.
And like that, everybody has now. Like at least in states, I believe it's everywhere in the world. They have like high LDL cholesterol that's perceived as like a bad cholesterol because HDL is a good one.
Mhm.
So then, like, because you have to eat avocado, you cannot eat.
That's
fat.
good fat.
But
That's
like, yeah, it's a good fat. It's a bad fat. But
Yeah.
in the end of the day, like, it makes me hard to believe because like, okay, 60 years ago, people thought one thing.
Well,
they
also-
thought
also-
it's doctrine. It's right.
yeah.
But now, like,
All-
they think it's about like people who go crazy about science. You know, oh, science is everything because like science is gonna tell me all the answers. But like science doesn't know shit. They
Science is always learning and exploring
They
and like
change
and
it.
evolving. Correct.
And
yes.
the problem is that their time period that they like try something and then they figure out it doesn't work.
Yeah. Things are
For
constantly
your time period is
Right.
going to be an immense difference.
things are constantly evolving. Absolutely. So like it, and like when it comes to me, like to diet is that like at one point it's not necessary if you focus on like at one point it was like, oh, fats are bad, oh, cholesterol is bad, sugar is bad. I think sugar is bad, but I think too much of anything is bad.
Yeah, too much of it.
Yes, there is a balance. There has to be a balance to things. And the way I try to eat is I try to eat a little more simplistically, where I can understand what I'm getting out of the things I'm eating, and I'm not eating too much of those things. So like, and I feel like I had like when I went to my doctor and I had a blood test done, and like my diet is good. But he told me like he's like, you drink too much. He's like, but how do you eat? I'm like, my diet's good, and he's like, I can see that. So like, and that's it. I don't know. It's
All right, so I'm gonna ask you 3 questions. So the first thing is, what do you do to nourish your mind?
To what?
No,
To-
I'm asking Chris.
Oh.
What do you do to nourish your mind?
we mean to nourish my mind, like
Like, just what? Like, give me the first thing that comes to mind.
to nourish my mind. Anything that catches my interest or piques
Good.
my interest,
That's
I
good enough.
explore. Yeah.
So what do you think? What do
I
you do-
constantly read. I constantly watch YouTube videos of subjects that I find interesting and like go into them.
All right,
Like
so
I
it's
don't
one of three
like
questions.
if something interests me, I don't go like I don't want to like think about this right now. I'll
All right, so the second question is, what do you do to nourish your body?
nourish my body.
Yeah.
I make sure I am giving it the right type of nutrients.
Okay.
Yeah. Like do I like sometimes do I cut like do I make shortcuts? Like yeah, but I'm always conscious of that. Well, tomorrow I better like make sure I eat this. I better like not and I am on
think that's
top of
perfectly
that.
reasonable.
Yeah.
And the final question, third question, that's hardest to answer, honestly. And the hardest one. What do you do to nourish the soul?
To nourish the soul. I make sure I'm happy with my decisions.
All right. So congratulations, dude.
I passed?
Yeah. I have utmost faith. I have utmost faith in your path.
I did it.
Yeah, dude. Like I can't think of anything bad. I can't think of anything bad that'll happen to you from this point on. Honestly.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that's
what
why,
else
like when
is there? I mean,
like
it's
anything
your mind.
anything that happens to me, I don't
It's
go
your
like,
mind,
oh my
your
god.
body, and your soul. Like
Yeah.
once those 3 points are not at war with each other, everything in life will go good.
Yeah.
It may not be what you expect it to be, but it's gonna
No,
be good.
but I
It's
keep
gonna
those
be
in
fun.
mind. I don't like it's when things happen to me, things that like I don't plan out things that are bad. Like I don't go, oh my god, like well I go like I'll go like how did this happen, and I'll explore. I'll think about how it happened and like how I got
But
there.
it'll
And
be fun.
yeah, so and like I'm more comfortable in knowing like if my choices are what led to this, like I'll be like all right, that's okay. Like maybe this was unavoidable to that extent, or like I didn't like whatever.
What's happiness to you guys?
What's happening?
What's happiness?
Happiness.
Happiness to me is balance. Balance. When everything's balanced. When 3 different parts of yourself or all the multitudes of yourself are not at war with each other, that is happiness. When everything's just in equilibrium.
That's how you achieve happiness. But what is happiness?
That
To me, happiness is those moments. To me, happiness exists only in moments.
Mm-hmm.
And
You cannot be happy all the time.
no, I'll never be
Well,
happy all
also
the time.
happiness to me
I just
isn't
won't. You
that
can't
important.
be. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's not that
So
important.
it's happiness exists in moments, and
Yeah.
when I get there and like I experience it, like I will dive into it. Like I will experience all the happiness I can in that moment,
Yeah.
and then it'll go away at one point, and that's it. That's okay.
It's okay.
It'll go
Yeah.
away,
And then you'll get it back eventually.
and then eventually I know like
It'll come back around.
that'll come again. Yes.
Can you adjust some moments that do not bring you joy or happiness? Happiness, I think it's all about joy, right? So
Sure.
if those moments don't bring you joy, can you adjust yourself, your mind, or your
To
soul
be more open to happiness.
to actually get happiness from this?
Sure, you can be content or be convinced that like everything is shit and like you'll never be happy, and I guess try to shut off happiness when you see it. But now it's me. Yeah, but like I feel like I have a good relationship with that. Like I don't have any issues with that. Like I don't go, why am I not happier often? Why doesn't this go the way it should be for me? Like it's I don't, because I feel like I have
Fighting
very
the world.
right. I just feel like a very honest view on things, and when happiness comes, I don't fight it. I accept it and I enjoy it. And then when it goes away, then when it goes, I know like everything goes, it'll go and it'll come back at one point. And hopefully I'll still be in the same like state of mind where like I'll realize that it's there and get to experience it. That's it.
I perceive that as the closest like one liner that I got to like happiness was like, I don't know, I saw it in that comedian, UK comedian,
How long
very
ago?
popular.
Jimmy Carr?
Jimmy Carr.
Jimmy Carr. Really? Jimmy Carr.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like Jimmy Carr. Yeah. He's a
he was
one-liner
like,
guy, yeah.
Happiness is like your. He probably took it from somewhere else, obviously, but like, happiness is what you have right now, minus your expectations.
Yeah.
I think that's so deep and that's so true, because like ultimately, any moment, if you just like get rid of your expectations, it becomes so great. This is happiness.
So like, well, all right. So like, the sense where like you'd experience happiness anytime as long as you.
This is my goal. I'm trying to work on this.
But you're too. I feel like
if you're working on it, you're pretty much already there.
I don't think so.
But I feel like it's. I feel like at one point, what comes like when you become.
Think about are your dad or my dad or your dad, like were any of them working on it?
No, are we closer to it? Probably, but are we there yet? Not necessarily.
I think so.
You think so?
Yeah.
But what type of happiness? Like,
Because I'm
like
not hurting
forever,
people.
ultimate.
And I have a feeling like your dad and my dad and your dad probably were types of guys that like.
Well, I don't. I mean, your dad probably hurt more people than my dad.
No, your dad hurt a lot of people too.
No,
He hurt some people.
no.
Some people.
Some people.
Some people.
People, yes, but differently.
Yeah, my dad. I don't think my dad wanted to hurt people.
You
I
have
think
to
he just-
have. You have to hurt some people in your lifetime.
Probably. That's the real truth behind it all. Is
Right.
You have to hurt some people.
But I don't think my dad's
I don't think my
necessarily
dad
like.
wanted to hurt people either, but I think he knew he had to hurt some people.
Sure.
Oh God, you gotta hurt some people.
But I don't know if that means he's happy and like that's where he is.
Yeah, I agree with that.
You
Yeah.
could hurt some people in a safe way. There's ways to hurt people.
Sure,
in a
but that
safe
wouldn't.
way.
That wouldn't make me feel happy. That would get in the
Hurting
way.
people doesn't make you happy.
No,
Helping
It doesn't.
people.
Helping
does.
people, yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes you could help people hurt people. That makes me that's good. That could be fun.
That's not my idea of happiness because there's still that thought in the back of my mind. Like, was that right? Is that?
I mean,
like-
happiness, like it's so for me, happiness.
There's way there.
Happiness is easy. Like I hate a hot-
happiness is easy if like if you
No, no,
ignore a
listen.
lot of other
For
things.
me,
And
listen,
I'm gonna
listen,
argue with that.
yo, listen,
yeah,
listen.
okay.
For me, happiness is easy because when I eat a good hot dog, I feel happiness.
Yeah,
When
in
I-
moments.
when-
Yeah, sure. That's
yeah,
a
and then
moment.
When I
Yeah,
watch
yeah.
the news and I see some lady like killed her kids, I feel unhappiness. But then I eat a warm chocolate chip cookie and I get a hug from an old friend. I feel happiness. I'm just saying, it's like feelings is like it is what it is. You know. It's
Yeah,
just,
yeah.
like, it goes back and
But
forth.
that's
Do you
not
think
a.
it's impossible to be happy all the time?
Yeah.
Why would
And
you
if
wanna
it
be
was,
happy all
and
the
if you were
time?
happy all the time, that's to me that's just like like an ignorance or like you're ignoring something. You're not.
Maybe this is what it takes.
That could be like that could be the way to do it. Like yes, but like I'm not capable of that. I can't ignore how I feel, the certain things I think.
No, how you feel definitely no.
No.
But like your feelings depend on your like. So feelings do depend on your mental like
Mental state.
things. So
And-
so you can actually control what you're feeling. I
Yeah.
agree with that.
Yeah.
So like if you change your perception of something to a different one, then like you can feel different things. So like if for you one thing was unacceptable and you would never like live with that, but then you realize that like all right, it can happen, but I can still be happy with this. It changes how you react. It's like martial arts, which what I know Chris is gonna like. You train all you do is you change your natural reaction to things
Mhm.
to a more like do not react response to a more like
Yeah.
the other thing, more consciousness. But then if you actually can train your mind to see and perceive other things as not something that like against you, but like as part of the world that actually fine, you can at least accept them. But then you can also, this is probably the way for you to be happy with most of it, because like I know people who are happy,
Mhm.
and usually those are like us kids.
To me, those are-
fucking let go of everything.
It's
right?
it's an ignorance. Like they don't like they're like shutting themselves off to certain things.
yes,
Yes.
and
So-
they usually don't have much.
Yeah.
Because I think my take is it's easier to be happy when you don't own anything,
Yeah.
as opposed to the other one, because you have to protect it.
Yeah. To
And,
me, it's I feel more responsible for certain things and just
Yeah.
more conscious and aware of certain things that like would prevent me from letting go. I can't let go of everything. I can't let go of certain
So
things.
relationships,
Yeah.
they act a weird role to that, in my opinion, because like relationships makes like if you otherwise could be a happy person, but then you have relationships and you have other people depend on you, and now your happiness all of a sudden doesn't only uh, depend on your mindset, but it
Mhm.
also depend on how the other people feel.
Yeah.
And then that's where you get fucked up. That's why I'm thinking now, like I'm in a trap. I think when you have relationships, it's it's close to impossible for you to be happy because you cannot force anybody else to
Yeah.
change their mind and be happy. So then, like everything that makes them unhappy, it's going to make you in some way. But if you are willing to like kind of close the gate and just like I don't care, but
Mhm.
then those relationships will not last,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
But if you accept their feelings and whatnot, then you get to the point where like, oh, this is much harder now. I cannot actually
And
fucking be happy.
isn't striving for happiness more? Isn't that real happiness when you get to experience that, even if it's in small moments, and like shutting yourself off and being like, I'm happy, everything's great.
That's true. That happens, but it's going to be happening less and less often when it's not only you in control of that. When there are some other people involved.
Sure. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if you have a
Absolutely.
family, you're just I don't know statistically from this point of view, you'll be least um, able to be happy than
Mhm.
if you're on your own. Which which if you look around, it kind of makes sense because people who are single,
Mhm.
to me, they kind of tend to be happier than people who are in relationships.
Well, they seem that way because, like, would you say, like, I mean, because you would say, like, because you have a family and, like, I don't. So because, like, just be like, because you know, like, my life is less complicated than yours, based off that. I'm just saying, like, if you just look at it like black and white that
Yeah,
way,
yeah,
just
yeah.
yeah, not considering anything else like that. Yeah, like you'd be like, oh, he's like, I could like it's easier to see me arrive at happiness and to see certain happiness to me than it is to you because
Yeah.
you have different concerns and cares and goals than I do, and I couldn't perceive them the way you do. But like you're also giving that up, like like that's you could it's not like you don't like you look at me and go like, oh, he's so simplistic, I don't know how I could ever be like that. Like you know how you could do that, but you're entangled and complicated in a
You
different
know
way.
what's crazy? Like I can't imagine Chris as in your shoes, but I could imagine Chris's dad in your shoes. Like if it was like the '80s.
Well, you don't know my dad, so I don't see how that's possible.
I mean, you told me a lot about your dad.
Yeah, but
In terms of having
why could you see me in his shoes? I could have a family.
Not really.
Really?
I mean, no, you can. If you did have a family, you'd do great. I'm sure. It's just the parallels that I'm drawing when it comes to like lifestyles, especially with immigration and shit, and like just the way things pan out. I feel like your dad would have a lot to relate.
My dad would have a lot to relate. He had a certain experience, and I respect that experience.
Your parents immigrated?
No, my grandparents did. Both my parents did.
But his dad had a
So
really stressful job, like a very stressful job, not just of being a family man, but like
My parents were 21 when they had me, and they grew up in Brooklyn. So my dad had to grow up quickly. So he had to get like become a cop, and like that's a very stressful job.
Cop?
Yeah.
Oh, whoa.
Not like yeah.
but
Then
he
he,
was a good cop. He was like a really good.
No, I mean like this is really stressful.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
a
absolutely,
stressful
yeah,
job. It's a
yeah.
stressful job.
yeah, my dad was a very different guy when I was younger as opposed to now after he like retired. It's very strange, but like yeah, and I understood it as him like that's not something he wanted to do necessarily, and like back then too, it wasn't as bad of a job as it is now, where people like the public
Oh yeah.
hate you the way they do.
You're like you're a cop. You're a bad.
Right. Like
man.
there was. It's not like he took the because like now like you could take the test any day of the week, the NYPD test.
Mhm.
You could take Monday through Friday. Back then, like it was like any other city test. You had to wait every few months, once a year type of thing. And so he got involved into a very serious job because he had to take care of our family. He knew that was going to happen. But my dad was very young, so like he wouldn't like the way things went about. Like there are not things I would have there aren't like I wouldn't have handled them that way. But I didn't experience things the way he did. It's whatever.
But you guys been in serious relationships, both of you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I
Yeah.
was with a woman for a bit.
So like there are like black and white, obviously, good parts and bad parts,
Sure, yeah.
and the good parts. So like I don't know if you're looking for like infinite happiness, like if you're trying to make yourself a person who actually enjoys life all all the time. Every day you wake up, you're like, I'm so glad I'm alive,
Yeah.
right? But then all of a sudden, if other people are involved, and if they are not feeling great, if life that you can provide for them do not like meet their expectations,
Hmm.
this kind of sucks.
Sure,
And you
yeah,
will
yeah.
never be happy because like you love those people.
Sure, yeah.
So like
But
this
I'm
is the question probably comes to like if you are intelligent, right? So
Mhm.
obviously you guys are both quite intelligent.
Mhm.
So then if you do have like a family or like a wife, a kids, right? You make some kids. So do you like, is it something worth sacrificing
Sacrificing.
sacrificing
Yeah.
like your
Yourself, part of
happiness
yourself. Yeah. To me, it is.
towards
Yeah. It is. Yeah.
right?
It just hasn't happened yet, but to me, it is. Yeah.
I don't know if I could ever meet a woman who would keep up with me. Like, holy shit!
That's the
Like,
that's
I'll
the other thing
marry her
too
on the
is that
spot.
it,
Like, it's just I never met the right one. You know, like
that's
you know me, but you
Maybe
know,
you're
in
looking in the
like
wrong
think about it.
places.
Yeah,
Possibly, yeah, yeah,
probably. You're
yeah.
right. I don't disagree with that. You
we're
know,
not
like,
sitting here going like everyone's wrong for us and that's
yeah,
why we're
like,
here.
no,
That's not
no,
what we're
I'm
saying.
Not, I'm
like
not, I'm
it's
not
just
saying, oh, I'm so good
Yeah,
for the
that's
world. Like,
not
no,
what we're
I'm not
saying.
like that. Like, I'm not
It's-
thinking like that. I'm just maybe you're right. Maybe I'm just being stupid about it. Like, I probably am being
Yeah.
stupid about it. You know?
it's just the way things have like just played out, and it doesn't mean
Yeah.
like we think like it'll never work out. It's just like that's how
Yeah.
it's played out so far, and we don't
I'm
like.
open-minded. Like, I'm
Yeah.
not like, oh, it's the world's fault. No, no, I'm totally willing to admit it's my fault. It's probably my fault. Like, 100%.
I'd say it is my
So,
fault.
so but here's the thing. So if you're saying you never met like a woman that would keep up, does it mean that like
They don't exist.
Does it mean that
Yeah.
he's looking for a perfect woman who's going to be like
No, you're
same
not
as
looking.
him,
Yeah.
and then together they will be happy. They will share those like everything.
So
But at the same time, like, is it maybe just maybe it is that they're not going to be the same, and then he's going to actually have to sacrifice things for this.
Sure.
Sure, yeah,
Fine.
but it just hasn't. Yeah, absolutely. Like it's
Who wouldn't have that? You know?
like I like there's like a one I dated where like it's we get along so well, like incredibly well, and like I love it. I love her, but she doesn't want any more kids. She already has kids. She doesn't want any more kids, and like so it's like well that's fucked up. Like now, like I've met someone that I do like that, but that's the other part of it. There's just it gets just get more complicated as it goes along, and like we're also like again like the good part of being a fucking man is that like our semen does not dry out and stop working at some point. So like no it does no it no
It still works, but
well no it doesn't like the sense where like women can only like they have a biological clock. We
Well, that's what
don't.
menopause
Mm.
is.
Yeah, we don't.
Mm.
So like and we're not that old.
What kind of do like when you're like Willie just stops like working all of a sudden? It's
Well, you
kind
got
of
pills for that
like
shit now.
biological clock as well.
Well, they got pills for that now, which thank Christ. So
Huh.
like we don't have to stop. So it's just like it's not like we're like at the end where it's like we're running out of women. Like there's still more women. So like it's still the possibility's still there. But it's 34 is not that old.
No, 34 is not.
No.
No.
Like in fact, like what I hate is like my dad said once. He's like, "Aren't you a little old? Like to not have a kid?" I was like, dude, you were 21. That was a mistake. You and my mom got divorced. Like obviously, like you were not in the right state of mind. Like so, it's not that big a deal.
This is actually, I think that like 30 to 35 is probably the perfect age.
Yeah, you're a little more.
When
You're a little more settled. You're a little more
when you're so not so stupid anymore.
right.
And you maybe have a little bit of responsibility in you.
Because
you don't
people,
have to grow it up during the relationship.
Because
so you
people-
can actually have it.
because to me, like it's like it's hard to like be like like get married with somebody at a certain age and be like this is like we'll always love each other forever. It's like no, you're gonna change over time. So like people get married in their early 20s, like, yeah, 10 years later, you're not going to be who you were. I'm not who I was 10 years ago. Not at all.
But it's also gonna change if you meet in 35, in 45 you will also
Yeah.
do this.
But I'll be 45. Maybe I'll be like, you know what? I don't want to.
Less will change.
Less
I
will
think
change.
More can change.
I think I'll change. I will definitely change because you just will. But maybe less will change, and also at that point too, I'm like, you know what? I don't want to get divorced to start all over again. Like this is, I'll stay like
You
this.
have a better idea on who you are.
Exactly. Yes. And so I know, like, you know, it's not like I have to get away from this person. It's like, you know, I could talk to her about it, and we can like understand each other better. Like I think it's a little easier and a little better as you get older. It's just when you're that young, it's hard because you're going to change. You're not going to know how to handle it the right way.
You don't know yourself.
Yeah.
At all.
You don't. Yeah. Like when I was 21, I'm like, I know fucking everything.
Yeah.
This is who I am.
Classic.
Yeah, this is everything. Yeah. And then when I turned 30, I'm like, oh shit.
I
I don't know the fuck what I was talking about. Yeah. Not at all. And that's just life.
Yep. And that's a great place to end the episode.
Oh, that it is. All right. Well, thank you for joining us, everybody.
Yeah.
Dima? He just. Oh, you see him? There he is.
Hey,
if
guys.
you waited till the end, you got your little glimpse of Dima.
Anyways, 99 motherfuckers.